All right. Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of DC's Real Talk. I want to thank you for your support and helping me to continue to do this podcast. I am now on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, as well as having www.dcsrealtalk.com. Please visit my website for past and future guests. And then also there's a link on there as well to all my episodes. Please give me a follow, a like, or a review. And as always, if you would like to be on or know somebody that should be on, please reach out to me so that way I can reach out to them and make it happen. And as always, if you have any suggestions on how I can make this better, please let me know, because ultimately I just want it to be as awesome as it can be. So with that being said, today I've actually got a first. I've got a combo team here today.
That's right.
Usually it's a one-on-one, but today I've got two good friends of mine, Morgan and Luke Small. And I'll go ahead and let them introduce themselves real quick, and then we'll get started.
You first.
I'm Morgan, and this is my husband Luke, and we know DC through our gym, our CrossFit gym.
Yep. Hi, I'm Luke. That's pretty much the intro there.
You get the odd seat.
The odd seat, that's fine. I like
right
scrunching
in
so this is
between.
fine.
Nice and comfy.
Yeah, that's right. I'm warm, so I'm good to go.
Yeah.
Sweating
cool.
a little.
Always sweating.
Yeah. Hey, those more calories out.
Yeah, I sure hope so at this point.
Yeah.
'Cause I could lose it. So.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so just real quick, the reason why I want to have these guys on, like they mentioned, I know them from the gym, and great people. Luke's great, Morgan's great, and quite frankly, they got a bunch of really cool stuff going on right now. And I just thought the listeners would really enjoy some of the stuff they got going on, and might be able to learn quite a bit about them. Starting their own business, about to be a mama and a papa, running the CrossFit world. So anyway, just which one of those you want to touch on first? What do you think?
All of the above.
All the above.
Our life.
Our life.
All right, yeah. Tell us a little bit about the life. So how long you been married? How'd you meet? Give me a little bit about that.
So we met through mutual friends,
Okay.
or a mutual friend. And basically I was in a period of getting out of a horrible relationship, and in that time, just kind of working on myself, I was like, oh God, there's got to be somebody out there that can hit all my list of check marks I need to always check off. But yeah, it was just like through mutual friends. She was like, hey, this girl loves the Lord. You love the Lord. I think you guys should meet. We're like, okay, sounds
That's a
good.
pretty good combination.
I know.
Pretty good mutual ground to start off.
And it's kind of funny because, like, I mean, never grew up and going to bars or going anything like that until, I mean, this one night. But it was
Like
hot
I've never
country.
been to a bar before.
Never been to a bar before. Nope. I was just,
No, but really?
I was completely green to it. Probably not, except for just maybe a
Nerd.
Yeah, basically. So, but yeah, my friend was like, hey, we're going to go to hot country nights on a Thursday night, and Morgan's going to be there, and you should come. And I was like, for some weird reason, I was like, yeah, let's do it. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm going to go to a bar. Like, that's cool. Or go to this party. And so that night we met at hot country nights, and I'm just a typical CrossFitter showing up in a CrossFit shirt and khakis, looking like an idiot.
What else would you wear?
Exactly.
Khakis and
Yep.
tennis.
Just sucking in my weight, putting my chest down everywhere I walk. But yeah, the night I got to meet her, and then I met her, and then since then she actually put the first move on me. So I was like, okay, she's a keeper.
Ooh, there you
I knew
go.
that was gonna come up.
Yep. Oh yeah, it is for sure. But yeah, we just kind of hit it off that night, and then she played hard to get after putting the first move on me, so that was funny.
Too much too fast.
Yep.
Yeah,
Too much. And when I'm in. Like, I'm
Yeah.
all in. Like, I'm gonna marry this girl kind of thing. So
There you go.
anyway, so yeah, we met.
How long
Met
ago was
there.
that?
That was 2017. Yeah, 2017. Yep.
June 2017.
June 2017. And then remember, this is my perspective, so she'll give you her
Okay.
perspective.
Probably a little different. She's like, he was
Probably.
wasted. He called up.
yeah. Oh, for
No,
sure.
he had trouble like figuring out what was on the menu, like
Actually,
trying to look
yeah.
cool,
Yep.
but
Acting like I knew all the drinks. Like, oh yeah, what do you want to drink? And then she's like, oh, I'll just take something for him. Like, yeah, I want that too.
Yeah.
I'll get two of those, please. So yeah, that was like how we met. And then,
I
yep. So
think
then
I guess from there to like kind of CrossFit world, he never pressed or like pushed CrossFit on me,
sure.
and was just kind of like, in your own time, like when you're ready, like this is something that is my life.
Mhm.
And then he was like always at the gym, and I was like, you know, if I want to see him and or be a part of this healthy lifestyle,
Yeah.
I want to start seeing what this is like, because I always grew up with having coaches and having people telling me what to do, going to a class, and never like walking to a gym myself and knowing,
Yeah.
okay, what the heck do I do?
Right.
And so I knew like CrossFit had classes, and it kind of just started there, and I started coming, and
Yeah.
I don't know, I kind of made that switch from like how we met, but like
Oh yeah, for sure.
to
So how did you get into
Yeah.
CrossFit then?
So a couple of my buddies in high school, they were already watching the CrossFit games, and I was like, that stuff's cool, but there's no way. Like I was chubbier in high school, so I had throughout all of high school, I was like 248 pounds, I think was the heaviest I got. And then when I got out of high school, I started doing kickboxing, cardio kind of style workouts, and in that I'd lost like 66 pounds.
Wow.
So I lost a lot of weight. And then from there, I was really wanting to challenge myself and just like my body and see what I could do. So it was cool because my buddies at the time were starting to do CrossFit like on their own at a gym in North Kansas City. And so I jumped back in with them, and then we started just falling in love with the style of CrossFit and just the ideas of it. And I mean, like I always talk about, bringing faith into it. It's amazing to see like how our bodies are created so divinely, and CrossFit it just shows what your body's capable of. It's really,
and
it's
things
really
you never
cool.
thought.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I could have never told you that I could do a ring muscle up or walk on my hands, or at one point we learned how to do backflips, and it's like I could have never told you in my high school self doing a 200-pound kid doing a backflip. No way. But yeah, I just started doing CrossFit on our own, and then we were like, well, we need to be in a gym and be around community and get some coaching. And then we started going to a gym up in Kansas City. It was KCI CrossFit. And then from there, I got addicted to it. And
Weird.
Yeah.
Nobody else does that.
right, so weird. So then from that point, I got my certification, got my L1, and then started coaching. And then when we got married, we moved up here, and then started going to Freedom Elite. So
Cool.
that's
Where
that's
we
my
met
story.
you.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
For
it's
sure.
kind of funny about that. So you saying going into CrossFit. So, obviously you guys know I hurt my neck a while ago,
Yeah.
and I can't
Yeah.
do.
Right.
So literally not being able to do anything, I'm just going stir crazy.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
there's
sure.
a normal gym over by my house,
Uh-huh.
and like 2 weeks ago, maybe now, I think I'm going on 2 or 3. Yeah, they had a weekend where you come sign up, no enrollment fee, no cancellation fee, and they'll allow you to
sweet.
pay monthly.
Yeah.
So I go over there and I look at it, and it's like 95% machines. And so I'm like, okay, well, maybe on a machine, because I don't have to brace my
Yeah,
neck,
that's why
like I
started.
can do isolated stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm talking to the guy at the door, and he goes, well, if you'll sign up for 6 months,
Yeah.
I can lower your rate to this. And if you'll sign up for a year, I can lower your rate to this.
Yeah.
And I told him, I said, dude, you don't understand. If I do this for 2 weeks and my neck feels better, I'm gone. Like I'm going back to CrossFit.
I'm out
immediately.
Yep.
And
Makes sense.
it's like, so I did that kind of working out my whole life. And then, the last 10 years, I think, is roughly when I've been in CrossFit.
Yeah.
But going back to grabbing a barbell, 3 sets of 10, then resting,
Boring.
Yeah.
3 sets of 10,
Yep. I
4
know.
sets of 10,
I
and,
know.
then go finish with a treadmill. I'm
Yep.
like, this is miserable.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah. For sure.
and back then, before CrossFit, like that was like,
Yep. That was
wake
the thing.
up, get to the gym,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then go to work, get back to
Yeah.
the gym.
Oh,
And
yeah.
now it's like, dude, this is so boring.
Yeah.
Now part of it is
Yeah.
I'm going by myself, but I'm like,
Sure.
my best friend could be here and I'd still be bored.
Yep.
Like this,
I know.
this
Yeah.
isn't fun. I'm not
No.
breathing heavy. I'm not doing anything.
There's something
Right.
about the community and like competition at CrossFit that just we love it, and really the people there become our greatest friends. Really,
Oh,
just
yeah.
because you see them on a daily basis. and
Yep. For
They're
sure.
just part of your life.
Well, and you
Yeah.
get to like, I know I talk a ton of smack and
Yeah.
I win like 3 out of 10, but I'm like, yeah, but that 3 I beat
Yeah.
pretty bad.
Yeah.
But even
Yes.
like that just makes it more fun.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And the
Yeah.
whole community, and like you said,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, the community's huge, and I think what's also motivating too is like all people have to do is just show up. If they just drive there, it's like we got
Hardest
your
part.
back.
Mhm.
Yep. Hardest part. is
the
getting in
hardest
the
part
car.
of any gym is just getting there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like and there's nothing wrong with the Volvo gyms and the machines and stuff. Like it's a great thing to do too. And I think, a lot of people, maybe the population today, they just don't know what to do.
Right.
And so they'll look online, they'll buy these programs and they'll do whatever they can. But it's like, unless you have the motivation and you kind of understand how to do things, then yeah, it's like bodybuilding, anything with those global gyms is perfectly fine.
Mhm.
But yeah, a lot of people just don't know what to do. So CrossFit's great because it's just a class ready for you. You've got the people there who do the same thing with you. And yeah, you build the camaraderie.
And you also have somebody to tell you if you're not doing something properly.
Absolutely.
Like I think that is the thing that has drove me the nuts about being back at old Globo gym.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is I've been doing squats on Mondays, and I
Yeah.
saw this one dude, and he had 2 or 3 more plates on each side than I did.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, I was like, goodness gracious, like he's my size. So
Yeah.
this will be pretty impressive. Cause
Yeah.
so the other day I did a workout that Robbie gave me.
Okay.
So on Monday, you find a 3-rep max.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Wednesday, you do 5 sets of 3 at 80% of that. And then
Okay.
on Friday, you try and find a new 3-rep max. And dude, it's dirty. It's
Yeah, that's
nasty.
dirty.
It's not fun.
Yep, concrete legs.
Yeah, I mean, it's gross.
Wow.
But so I saw this guy doing it and it's like, I'm not a big guy, but I squat relatively heavy for my size.
Yeah.
And this guy has quite a bit more on me. And he gets up and he squats. He can't go much more than this deep.
Yep.
And I'm just like, dude, that's not even a quarter squat. And he like puts it down. He's
I'm got it.
like amped up and stuff. I'm just like, I'm sure that works something to be able to move 6 inches or whatever. But it's like if you cut that by 100 pounds and went to parallel or below, your legs would feel 1,000 times.
It's just the functionality, man.
Yeah.
It prepares you for life.
And at a Glovo gym, nobody's there to tell him.
Yeah.
Now granted, if he had fell or did something bad, or like dramatically hurt himself, somebody would have ran over and been like, dude, you're gonna get hurt.
Absolutely.
But doing a quarter squat like that, nobody's gonna go over and tell him.
Right.
And if somebody does, there's a pretty good chance he's like, oh, okay. And then he does the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I'm good. I don't
I got
it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
For sure. Well, and talk about like now what you're doing career-wise.
Yeah.
Speaking of Freedom Elite.
Yeah.
So I've just blessed with a really cool opportunity. I mean, ever since I got in the CrossFit realm, I mean, dream job was just to be able to train and work out full time. I mean, that's awesome.
To get paid for that.
Yeah, to get paid to do it. I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, I mean, Robbie, the owner, he provided a really cool opportunity where I was able to step away from the corporate world and jump into the coaching side of it and do that full time. So it's been surreal.
So has it been better than you thought? What you thought?
It's
Worse than you
been
thought? What do you?
100 times better than I thought.
Yeah,
100
good.
times. I mean,
Well, and you're the person that's telling the person they're not squatting deep enough. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You're that guy.
Yeah, I've got the whip in the back now.
Of
And
course.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's been just a dream come true. And I think, and kind of going into our business and stuff, but like we want other people to experience that too, and to be able to work their dream job. And that's why we also do our little business on the side. And with that, we're hoping to provide the same opportunity for people around us. So.
For sure. And then, so now on the CrossFit side, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
now
sure.
in your other part.
Sure.
Yeah. So on the CrossFit side, since now you're at the gym 8 hours a day or whatever.
Yeah.
Has your overall fitness, you think, getting better? Or are you just
Yeah.
still working out the same and then coaching the rest?
Yeah, so I'm working a lot more now.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
But obviously we don't have our baby yet. So once the baby comes in June, I'm sure it will change a little bit.
He thinks he's tired now.
Yeah, I came home today.
Dude,
and I
just
was
put
like,
it in its kennel and then go work out.
Yeah, I know.
Not that big of a
Kennel.
deal. Not that big
Yeah.
of a
Oh
deal.
yeah. But no, like I'll coach the 5 and 6 a.m. and then be able to come home, eat breakfast with her, and then we sit there. We'll eat breakfast. I'll try to get a little reading in before class, but still trying to figure out the schedule stuff. But I'll get some reading done and then come back at 9 and coach 9 to 10. And then usually I have from like 10 to 12 if we're doing our noon classes now, but I'll work out for maybe a couple hours then, and then coach 12 to 1. And then come home, eat lunch with her, and just be able to have that time of day that I get to be with her at home. And which, I mean, I'm still young, but like even working since I was 18 years old, I mean, full time, it's weird to be home and be with her and spend time with her in that time. So then coaching from 12 to 1, we work our business in the time that we have allotted before the 4:30 class and 5:30 class. Then I'll usually come back around 3:30 at the gym and then work out again, do some extra stuff, get the gym kind of settled, and then 4:30, 5:30 coach, and then be done. Oh yeah, moving a lot more, working out more too. So.
Now, adding those extra classes, has that increased people? Or?
Yeah, for
Good.
sure.
Good.
It's been cool because, I mean, especially with Corona and just everybody now having the opportunity to work from home, it provides that little lunchtime that people can come up and work out.
Yeah, I know we had a noon class there for a long time.
Yeah, oh yeah,
They
for sure.
got rid of it.
Yep,
Got rid of it.
and
Enjoyed it.
yep, and then a lot of people wanted it back, and then we were. I mean, now that I'm able to be there, it's been really cool. So we've had at least 7-8 people each class,
Good.
which Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it's been really been awesome. So we might add another day on the Tuesdays. So if that happens.
Oh, so there's not a Tuesday right now?
Not right now.
Oh,
No.
I didn't know.
Yep, we're just kind of waiting to see how
See
it
how
goes.
it
Monday was pretty.
Okay.
Yep. So
What's your favorite part about coaching?
it's the progress. It's seeing the people who come in who know nothing And then a week or two later, then they're keeping pull-ups, they're doing a strict pull-up, or they're doing toes to bar, handstand, whatever it is. I mean, we've had some new blood come in the past month, and just seeing them go from a horrible squat form, like what you're talking about, like, below parallel and stuff like that. I mean, you see them hurting to get to parallel.
Yeah, right.
And then a month later, they're doing thrusters and their butt's below parallel and they look good. Their knees are nice and just perfect. Yeah. Yeah.
Not buckling like
Yeah,
mine.
exactly. Yeah. But then, just the progress. I mean, it's addicting. I mean, seeing these people just get better and better, and it makes you want to just keep pushing people. And you got to push them the right amount. You can't do too much, but not too little either.
Yeah.
It's been really fun. So that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
And then,
one thing that I kind of remember. So when Kristen first came to the gym,
Yeah.
she came in, and it was really kind of funny, actually. So she comes in, and Robbie and I were there, and that was when I was coaching the 4:30 class.
Yeah.
And she comes in, signs up, and she comes over and she tells Robbie, she goes, I'm going to be coming to the 4:30 classes. So I don't know if that has the same coach or whatever.
Yeah.
And actually, I was like, actually, that's me a majority of the time. She goes, okay, well, just so you know, I've never worked out.
Yep.
I don't enjoy it. I don't like people yelling at me, but I have to lose the weight. I have a reason. And she told us her reasoning and all that.
Yeah.
And so she's like, so I want you to tell me stuff. I'm going to fight you. I'm going to do this, but I'm going to show up every day. Blah, blah, blah.
Nice.
So we're like, okay. So then she leaves. And so I was like, switch your take there, Robbie. And Robbie goes, you know what? When you own a gym, you've had every person you can imagine.
Yep.
Starting tomorrow, I'm a games athlete or this
Yep.
or that.
Yep.
For whatever reason, I'm telling you, that chick's going to do it.
Yep.
Like I can see it in her eyes. You know,
Yeah.
like there's something about her that
Yeah,
she's
for
going to
sure.
do it. And then she lost 100 pounds, and she lost 150.
Oh,
then she's
dude.
like, I mean, she was an absolute freak. And
Yeah.
so when you're a coach or in the community and you
Yeah.
see somebody that's putting in the work and actually getting results,
Absolutely.
it's like you said, it's addicting. It's almost
Oh,
like
yeah.
addicting. So like when one of the people you're coaching hits a PR,
Yeah.
you almost get like the same
Oh, yeah.
adrenaline. You're
Like I PR
Yes.
too. I know. They're like, oh my gosh.
yeah.
That's cool.
And so like Mike Evans,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, on Tuesday,
Uh-huh.
he was in your class.
Yep.
And he hit a snatch PR.
Yep.
And he spoke at our night group. So my church has a men's group on Tuesday nights.
Oh, cool.
And he always comes up and talks about it. Or he comes up and does like the first 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And so before we start, I asked him, I said, Metcon, you still on a high from your workout?
You said
He goes,
Metcon.
yeah.
So his
That's
name-
what
I call him
Mike
Metcon
Metcon,
Mike.
that's
Yeah,
hilarious.
Metcon Mike. And but so I go, Metcon Mike, you still feeling that high from that PR?
Yeah.
He goes, I am. I said, you gonna mention it? He goes, no, we're at church. And I said, okay, well, I was just asking. So he gets up and he starts talking, and he's like, how's everybody's day going? And so everybody's, we're all good. And blah, blah, blah. And he goes, the sun's out. Like, I had a great day. You know what, Derek? I'm gonna say it. I hit a PR today on my snatch.
Yes. Love it.
You can tell that there's like 4 or 5 of us that do CrossFit, and they're
Yeah.
all like, yeah. Everybody else is like,
What
the heck
did you
is
do?
that?
What's a PR?
Yeah. But so that was kind of funny.
Oh,
But,
that's cool.
one other thing about like the CrossFit and Metcon Mike, and then we'll move on. But
Yeah.
I might have told you this already, but so I had Metcon Mike on my podcast.
Yeah.
And did I tell you this about
I did.
what
You
happened?
just said no.
Okay, so anyway, I have him on, and I get a text. So all my episodes come out on Fridays.
Yeah.
And I put out my episode, and I get a text or a message on Instagram.
Right.
And it's a guy, and he writes me, and he says, hey man, just out of curiosity, why did you have Mike Evans on your podcast?
Yeah.
And so I wrote him back, and I said, because I like him and he's
Yeah.
my friend, and
Yeah.
I thought his story was cool. And he goes, yeah, but what if somebody had never listened to your podcast, and the first one they listened to is a pastor, and now they think your podcast is a religious podcast? And so I wrote him back, and I said, hey man, if you don't want to listen, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But if somebody doesn't want to listen to my podcast because I have a pastor on it, then that's on them.
Yep.
Like I'll have, if I can have a pastor every week, I will, if that's what it takes.
Yeah,
if,
for
if
sure.
I like them and I think they have a
Yeah.
good message.
Yeah.
And he said, okay. And he writes me back and he says, well, just so you know, I'm not going to listen to this week's.
Yeah.
And so I wrote him back. That's great.
Yeah.
I hope you continue listening.
Yeah.
Internally, I'm like, well, what do I care if he doesn't listen?
Right.
I mean, it
Right.
is what it is.
Yeah.
So guy writes me on Tuesday.
Mhm.
And he goes, hey, I just want to let you know, I listened to Mike Evans' podcast.
Yeah.
So I wrote him back and I said, hey, cool. What did you think?
Yeah.
Because I went to church on Sunday for the first time in the last 25 years.
Wow.
So I wrote him back and I said, well, what did you think? And
Yeah.
he goes, well, I absolutely hate it.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But hopefully down the road. And he goes, well, no, I'm definitely going back. I
Yeah.
hated it because I felt so out of my element.
Yeah.
The guy literally still, I mean, that was 5-6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
He still messages me every Sunday. Went to
Oh,
church.
dude, that's
And
cool.
so, and like when I told Mike that,
Yeah.
he's like, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
And I've had 6 other people tell me that they went to church before COVID started and then stopped when COVID started and just hadn't gone back.
Yeah.
And they now all go back. So it's like just
You
one.
never
That's
know.
awesome.
Who
man.
knows? You
That's
know?
awesome.
And so like that's part of also like why I wanted to have you guys on today
Yeah.
is because with like your guys' business,
Mhm.
obviously makes huge impact hopefully on people's lives
Sure.
and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, hey, let them come on.
Yeah.
One, you could talk about the gym, try and get more people to the gym.
Yeah, for sure.
And then also,
Yep.
you know, you guys can talk about this stuff,
Yeah.
your
Uh-huh.
greens.
Oh yeah. That's the
And
liquid gold.
yeah,
On
so,
St. Patrick's Day.
yeah,
I know,
yeah,
right?
on St. Patrick's
Works
Day.
perfectly.
But yeah, so tell us about this.
Yeah.
Morgan, what do we got here?
Well, I know, and he's been doing all the talking, but of course he's like the product expert and the
Yeah.
greens expert.
I
Loves
mean,
the
not really,
greens.
but
Well, you've tried a bunch of greens.
yep. Yeah.
Yeah, just maybe share that because
Yeah, no, I so I worked at a supplement store for a year and a half, 2016, something like that.
Mhm.
And I mean, in that you learn.
Was it supplement superstore?
Nope,
Okay.
it was Complete Nutrition at the time.
I worked at Complete Nutrition.
You did?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah. So which one did you work at then?
Just over here in Summit Fair.
Okay, so I was on Liberty.
Okay, so real quick, and then I'll let you get back to this.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 podcasts ago, we were talking about getting fired.
Uh-huh.
And the only job I've ever been fired from was Complete Nutrition.
Same.
But here's the funny part.
Oh.
Is, so I look on the schedule and
Yeah.
I'm not on there.
Yeah.
So I called the manager. I said, hey, just out of curiosity, when do I work next? I don't see me on the schedule.
Mhm.
And he goes, oh, so you're not on the schedule? And I said, no. And he goes, okay. Well, it was really nice working with you. And I said, well, can you put me on the schedule? And he goes, well, if you're not on there. And I said, are you firing me? And he goes, well, no, you're just not on the schedule.
Yeah.
And I said,
Don't come
okay,
back.
well, so if I show up, can I work? He goes, no. And I said, so I'm fired. He goes, no, you're just not on the schedule. I was like, dude, if you're gonna you're a manager.
Yeah.
And like, no offense, but man up and tell me I'm fired. Like,
Yeah.
I'm 20 years old or whatever.
Yep.
This
Yep.
wasn't gonna be my lifetime
Yeah,
career.
I know.
You
Oh
know?
my gosh, that's so
And
funny.
I saw that guy downtown Lee Summit like 10 years after that.
Yep.
And I went up, said, hey, what's up, man? He goes, hey. And I said, hey, is my name on the schedule?
Yeah.
He goes, no, you're fired.
Who told me that 20 years
Yeah,
ago or
but
10
that's
years
so
ago,
funny,
whatever it
I
was?
like, wow,
Yeah.
I'm a high school, or not high, I'm a college kid. I'm assuming this is not gonna be
Yeah.
the end of the
No.
world if I get fired from something.
Yeah, it's pretty
Okay,
funny.
but so anyway, completely.
Well, no, yeah. So it's funny though, like you say that because like their company's not even. I think they have Complete Health, which I don't know anything about. But yeah, everybody that I worked with, gone. They've been gone forever. But yeah, so like at the time working at Complete Nutrition, I mean, you just learn about all the different ingredients. You learn about what's good, what's bad, and then first it was relationships. Like
Mhm.
when I was in it, it was all about relationships. Like we didn't get paid commission. You weren't paid off of what you sold. And that's what I was like so excited about because there was other stores around there which were like, oh, you sell this, you make this, whatever. But it was really cool because you were just there for people and whatever they came in that they needed or that we would help them understand what they should take and what they shouldn't take.
For sure.
It built relationships and people just, they like that. But then where it was going wrong for me is then they started switching to, hey, we're going to start compensating the team on what they sell on basic stacks that
Yep, good
on
old
different
stacks.
the shred stack.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So like at that time they were switching to, oh, if you sell shred stacks, you make % of this. Then it was like the whole store was changing to people were coming in. There'd be a 185-pound dude in great shape, and then we would try to sell them a shred stack. And it's like they don't need that.
Like
They're
raw motor.
yeah, just like it's
Yeah, they're trying to get paid. I mean,
yeah, they're trying to
you're
just make more
doing
money.
it.
Yeah. And then you're gonna motivate them by that. But then I did not do good at it because they'd come in and they'd tell me what they want, and I never wanted to sway them another way to get something that they didn't need.
Mhm.
And then in doing that, I didn't make any sales. And then so because I wasn't selling a lot, I got fired. So that was, and then I started working corporate world after that pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in that learning about ingredients and stuff like that, I've taken dozens of greens. I've tried everything. And if they taste like dirt in the old days, I'm like, it must be good because
Right.
I just grabbed it and I ate it or drank it, whatever, and it's good. But yeah, that was the first greens that I actually
Yeah, this
loved.
actually tasted good. And
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that. 'cause
Sure,
you're on here.
yeah.
It actually is good taste.
Yeah. So yeah, it's completely safe ingredients. It's all non-GMO and with that, it does help increase our pH levels, so it helps balance that.
Mhm.
And it detoxifies, so it helps just clean your innards, make sure everything's good. But it tastes good. And I think to have a greens that tastes good, it's rare. So
Oh, it's definitely rare.
yeah, for sure. So that has like a little apple cinnamon flavor to it to help kind of make it taste better too. So I love it.
So how did you find this company? How did you get involved with this company? What's
Sure.
it called?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
Take it away.
I guess I can talk now.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
so my friend from college I swam with, she introduced us to this company. She'd been in network marketing for a few years through different companies and then found this company and really made the switch to this company because of the amount of pay that they pay you as an ambassador. So it's called the compensation plan, which we didn't know anything about, but the
Right.
compensation plan basically just pays you when you hit different ranks based on customers, based on people on your team, you get paid is kind of like a overall
Yeah.
view of like how it works.
Mhm.
But she made the switch from her other company to this company because of, the great payout and because of the products. The products are amazing and this company is super new.
What's it called?
It's called Q Sciences. I didn't
Okay.
say that,
Yeah.
which
Yeah, so cute. Quintessential Biosciences is
Is what
basically the long.
long, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
No,
We'll go with Q Sciences.
Yeah.
But I thought you were gonna go into your spiel of like,
Oh, just like what it is.
Yeah.
So Q Sciences was created by a guy named Mark Wilson,
Okay.
and he was a 2-time Super Bowl champ. And in that, he obviously has a ton of money because he's a quarterback and was a quarterback for the Raiders. And then he got out of retirement, and he's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna golf now." And he, in the time that he was, or I guess he went real estate first.
he did real estate.
So he got out of the NFL, and he started getting into real estate. And obviously, he's investing, he's making this great money. But then he officially retired and just started golfing. Well, then like after 6 months of golfing, he was saying that he came to the time where he's like, am I really going to do this the rest of my life? Like, I want to be more impactful. I want to
Do
impact
something,
people's lives.
yeah.
Yeah. He's like, he's got all this money. Like, what am I going to do with this? Like I'm just golfing. So then he got in contact with one of his buddies, Dr. Stephen Kimberly, which he is one of the editors of WMD at the time.
Okay.
And so he's a big name within that world. So that was cool. So then he basically said, "Hey, I want to create something that will benefit everybody's life financially, nutritionally, and advance their kids." So basically just setting them up for life, I think. And so in that, he started the business, started Quintessential Biosciences, and
Which means best of the best.
quintessential meaning best of the best. And in that, he hired a guy named Jake Spencer, who is the president of the company.
Okay.
And they created this compensation plan, which like what she was saying, which is basically the financial side of it and advancing your kids. I mean, it's crazy like how these people are just making great money with it. And it's still such a new company that the momentum side of it is, we're on the momentum phase right now. So
Sure.
everybody's hearing about it. And
Awesome.
and we like to say that you're in $1 million seat right now. It's just like investing in Apple, investing in
Like if you
Tesla.
would have known
Yeah,
about. all this,
yeah, like 10 years ago. And it's like, if
This is Bitcoin.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much what it is. But yeah.
We're
So it's
sitting in $1 million seats because this company hasn't reached saturation. Because normally when you hit saturation with a company, you know someone who knows someone, and you know this person that does it, and
right.
all these people are trying to sell whatever company and whatever products. But really, I mean, haven't really I don't think we've ran into anyone that's already known about this company. It's always so new.
Yeah.
And that's when you want to join a company, is whenever
For
it's
sure. Yeah,
brand
get in on the
new.
ground floor.
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
new
for sure.
products. When products are launching, we have products that have never been launched through another company
Yeah.
before, and
Yep.
it's a great company
Yeah.
to come alongside if you're looking to join a company without really having like that storefront. And we
Yeah.
can kind of get into that, but like you were talking about, I mean, even like walking into Complete Nutrition,
Mhm.
you are walking into a storefront, but you have to think about how much money goes into
Yep. Brick and mortar.
starting
Yes.
Yep.
that.
Yep.
But really and the world is transitioning from storefronts to online, whether we like it or not. It's just
Right.
how it's happening and how we're all shopping.
Mhm.
And so it's now to the point of like you're shopping from your phone. So how can you make money from your phone?
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
this company, you don't have to have all these costs and overhead.
Which ultimately means they can spend more money on their product and
Yeah.
then obviously a better product or better
Yeah.
price for you guys. Like, well, just like you mentioned, Complete Nutrition.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
You know, they might have a $50 product, but they have to sell it for 70 to cover the rent
Yeah. Yeah.
and then paying
Exactly.
everybody.
Absolutely.
There's just
Yeah.
like very low, what do we say, like low barrier entry
Mhm.
You pay, it's $99 a year to start a business.
Yep.
Through our company. So every year you're just renewing that, but each month you order your products, you have them for yourself, or you can sample them out.
Yeah.
And it's like, what company can you start cheaper than $99?
Yeah,
a
for
year?
sure.
So,
Yeah.
Now, okay,
Yeah.
so other than greens, what else do they have? Or are they only?
No. We got
Tons.
greens are just my favorite. So
Okay.
I'm always talking about greens.
Because I follow
Yeah,
you
we've
guys
got-
on or on social media,
Yeah,
which
yeah.
I'll have you guys pitch that.
Sure.
Yeah. So I've seen all about the greens. and
Oh
stuff.
yeah. Dude, I'm non
You guys
We
are
have,
telling
like,
your
our
social
site.
media game is
It's
on
crazy.
point. Good work.
Yeah. She's the expert. I just kind of go, oh,
Try
is that what you did? I'll do that.
No, but we have our favorites. So it's like
Yeah.
greens, hydrate, protein,
Mhm.
the vitamin sprays.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
can go into more detail.
Well, what's really cool, I mean, yeah, so like the proteins, the pre-workouts, the CBD line that we have, we just added a collagen protein, which is medical grade. So literally you could take it to a hospital and put it through an IV and it's like that good.
Wow.
So that's brand new. They released that last September. But something really cool that a lot of people don't even know about. So when there's CBD, you can only sell CBD within the US because it's the only place that they can market it. You can sell it. You can't sell it overseas. But and I'm not an expert on it, so I'll do the best I can. But basically there's terpenes, which is the smell of the aurora that you get from like oranges, from flowers, from like lavender, and then even cannabinoids.
Pine.
Pine, yep. And so with that, it actually has the same effects as CBD. So with terpenes, we've been able to do the same, it's called biosync. And so what they did is they basically take terpenes itself and put it inside this little water capsule,
Mhm.
which then is able to be, what's the word?
Just
Absorbed.
Yeah, absorb better within your system because your body looks at water and it wants it right away. And so what they've done is they've been able to take the terpenes and same with the CBD line, but they've been able to put that inside of a water capsule. And then, which is just a dropper, but like within each little part of it, and then it gets ingested into your body a lot better. So you feel the effects.
Through a liquid,
faster.
it's like a liquid dropper.
Yeah. So even with that, terpenes are not regulated at all. So any athlete, any professional athlete, anybody from overseas, you can sell it overseas and
Workplace.
workplace, like it cannot get popped because
That's
it's
cool.
not,
Because it's not CBD.
That's huge.
yeah,
It just has similar effects to CBD,
Yeah.
which is another reason, like with this company, it's first to market is what we say, like
Yeah.
this, no other company has terpenes. And so when you're looking for a company, it's products that are first to market
Yep.
and a compensation
Yeah.
plan.
And I mean, going back to the products themselves, because why Mark Wilson was so gung ho about it is because he just we want nutrition to be like, you have to supplement nutrition into your life because nowadays, I mean, there's the old term of like 20 years ago, it took one apple to what we now have to consume 8 apples to get the same nutrient value because just processed foods and everything like that.
How things are processed.
Isn't that crazy?
Nowadays.
Dude, it's
crazy.
insane.
We
It's
went
insane.
to and then I'll let you get back to
You're
this. We
fine,
went
yeah.
to a farmer's market.
Yeah.
And Alicia was so excited because she talked me into going to this organic, food market or whatever. And so we go and they have apples. And I kid you, they're like the size of like a golf ball. And she's like, yeah, but they're all organic. They don't have your steroids and all that
Yeah.
stuff. I said,
Yeah.
well, guess what? It's twice as much as the apple I get at Walmart.
Yeah.
That's the size of a softball. So I'm cool. And she was so upset. I was
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not doing
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
You know,
Yep. I know.
It's
I know.
crazy.
It is crazy. And I think what's really cool about the company is that, I mean, they have 3 things in mind whenever they're creating a product and they're trying to, because they want it to be attractive to the community too, because they want people to make money. And so with that, they look at, is it quintessential? Meaning, is it the best of the best? Is it innovative? Meaning, is it newer? Is it something that attracts people? And then is it backed by science? If it doesn't have all 3 of those, they won't create that product. And so what was really cool is being in the CrossFit realm. I mean, beta alanine, we love the itch. We love
get that
not feeling
scratch,
anything.
huh?
Yeah. And so last year we had a pre-workout,
Mhm.
but it didn't have beta alanine in it. And so one of the guys, actually, ironically enough, he owns a CrossFit gym in the northern region. I don't even know what state.
Maybe
because-
Idaho. I hope
something
that's
like that.
right.
Yeah. Anyway, we're probably butchering that, but I would buy my own beta alanine just
And then
from
mix
another
it.
market. Yeah, I would buy it and then just put that in it was called Q Sport, it was a pre-workout.
Mhm.
And so I would supplement it to the side, but I was like, man, it'd be so cool if they had a product that had beta alanine in it. Like, oh my gosh, they could get to the athletes who are addicted to beta alanine and love that
Sure.
feeling of it.
Well, just
And
reach
your
for
ears catch on
market.
fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're just like, ah. And then what was really cool is that owner from that gym was a part of Q, and their whole gym is basically doing Q Sciences, which is awesome. but they're a super high rank. And so in that, he just had messaged one of the guys saying, hey, you guys should create something with beta out. And within months, they were like, yeah, let's do it. And they created it. And it was really cool because being a part of the business, they let you sample products earlier. And so they sent us a preview product of it. So we got to try it at the gym. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Yeah, I know. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just another thing. Like,
It's cool because they listen to us, they listen to like what, you know, the field wants and what people need. And it's like, hey, we don't have that. Let's create that to be competitive, but then also, for us then to sell and then those people to just make more money. And really the company is like just super generous, like constantly, and all they're wanting to do is put more money into the hands of their people.
I mean, and like a fun fact that, which is really crazy to know too, is like the owners of the company, they don't take a paycheck from Q at all.
That's cool.
Because they're already invested. They've already got all the money.
Yeah.
So like the president, Jake Spencer and Mark Wilson, like they want the people themselves to advance their kids, to advance their finances, to have a financial freedom. And that's, I mean, and we'll go more into like what's so great about it, like working from home or anything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's been a huge blessing for us so far. And then just the community. You start talking to people and you get to know about their lives, and you try to help them in whatever way you can.
Well, maybe because we were kind of like talking about like with our friend that brought us on, like why we got started. And it really was because I don't know if we were taking supplements at the time, but we knew we needed to, especially because of just the world of processing now. I mean, we were working out, but we weren't taking protein, didn't have greens. But then this with her telling us about this company, we knew like, hey, this is a way that we could, one, get products, but then get our products paid for. So if someone's like, and I think we people kind of like on the, like maybe wanting to do the business, like trying to figure out like if this is for them. And basically they're spending money elsewhere with products when really it's just a transfer of money. Hey, let me start using that money with Q. And using these products to then like goal to get my products paid for. Which is huge.
Those are still A-grade products too. I mean, they're still
you get products out of it, but then you get them paid for, and then you start looking at the compensation plan and how much you could be making, and really just like run a business from buying products and supplements. You would have already been. You would have already been paying for it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, like you talk about Supplement Superstore. I mean, they're S2 and First Form. First Form's got amazing products, and there's like you can never look at a company and say like my company's better than this company, because it's like, no, First Form is such a great company. They have it figured out. They've got amazing products. I was using it for such a long time.
I remember you using
it for sure. A long time. And so it's like we were loving it. I mean, we were spending $150 every time. But to me, we were just realizing that we were blowing through it so fast, and we're spending $150 twice a month. And we're like, okay,
it's like a lot.
It's a lot. But for us, I mean, we're
definitely
minimalists, and we like to, make sure that we're not spending crazy money in areas we shouldn't. But at the time, we're like, okay, we should stop because there wasn't any return except for just working out well and feeling good and stuff like that. But we're like, yeah, let's hold off. Well, then, when Q came up, it was like, oh, so I can get the same products that I was spending $150 on before every month,
and actually
have a business where I can pay myself, almost like a sponsorship, where we can pay our stuff and make an income from it. Like, sign me up for that. So,
well, and I think that kind of just goes into like our lifestyle now, like with bringing a child into the world in the summer. It's like I'm able to stay home and not have to pay for daycare and go to a corporate job. Not that there's anything bad about a corporate job, but it wasn't for me.
Yeah, there's a lot of people it's just not for them.
Right. Sure. And I think like some people desire to raise their kids at home, but they don't see that can be a possibility because of a corporate job that you have to physically go to.
Yeah.
But in this case, like this allows us to work really wherever. We were in Florida, we were working a little bit.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, whenever.
You were telling me about what an easy trip it was there.
So easy. So easy. That's another podcast.
Yeah, we'll say that for another day.
But yeah, wherever, whenever, however much or little you want to work. And it's like, I can do that around a kid's schedule, baby's, whatever, sleep, feeding schedule. And then with him at the gym, when he's not working at the gym and able to be home, we can kind of work on it together. But really, I mean, you were able to take this job coaching, knowing we had a second stream of income. And I think that's just also another reason to bring up a second stream of of income is so important nowadays because of COVID. And
Yeah,
you look
sure.
at like
Yeah.
how fast people have just been fired and
Mhm.
cut off and have no backup.
Yeah, for sure.
So
That's exactly it.
that's
Yeah,
what I was
and you know, one of the things with you saying that about COVID is, but one of the I guess the only thing that really bums me out about all this COVID stuff is so many of these studies are showing that if you're in just general good health.
Yeah.
COVID, I mean, you can get sick. I'm not bashing COVID, believe me.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the people that are dying from it aren't the people that are working out, are
Yeah.
getting sun, are
Yeah.
eating correctly.
Yeah.
You know, one of our buddies, and you definitely know him, I'll
Yeah.
tell you after, but he's gotten the 27 booster shots
Yeah.
and, you
Yeah.
know, still wears 11 masks, all this.
Yeah.
And I'm always busting his chops.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, you're just one of those guys that's lucky that you haven't got it.
I mean,
And I said, well, here's the deal. One, if I have gotten it, I would know because I didn't go get tested.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Yeah.
by myself anyway.
Yeah.
And
For sure.
they're not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
But two, it's like, dude, I eat healthy.
Mhm.
I exercise, even with my broken neck, as I call it.
Sure.
I'm still doing walks and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
And I take so many vitamins on
Yeah.
a daily basis
Yeah.
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 that if I got this and it killed me, there's nothing I could have done.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
the reason why I'm bringing that up is, unfortunately, with all this happening, you wish they had have preached more to people. Dude, go out and take supplements. Go
Yeah.
out and get in better shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
for
just
sure.
in general, be healthier.
for sure.
And you know, so and you know, with that about supplements, do you remember Brady Quinn by any chance? He was a quarterback. He was a superstar at Notre Dame, and then he played for Miami.
Yeah.
He wasn't good. He
Okay.
played for like 12 teams. He was never good. But the reason why I brought him up was that one of the things that they always knocked on him was he was in such good physical shape. They said it limited him. Like, I mean, the guy literally looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
I mean, and I can show you a picture. I mean, the guy is absolutely shredded out of his mind.
Yeah.
And now, granted, he works out super hard, but
Yeah.
they said that it actually cost him from like a quarterback standpoint because he doesn't have flexibility.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, because he's literally that in like
just that jacked.
jacked.
Yeah.
Honestly, if he'd have come out nowadays with CrossFit being like it is, I bet he would have been a hell of a CrossFit.
Oh, for sure.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, he had a bunch of like weightlifting records at Notre Dame
Wow.
as a 205-pound quarterback, and he's back squatting like 705. And I mean, phenomenal.
Yeah.
But so one of the things that he said, because I've always been into supplements and all that stuff.
Sure.
But one of the things that he said in one of the magazines I read, and I've done it for the last like 10 years,
Yeah.
is anytime he wants to take supplements, he starts one and he only does one at a time, and then he tracks it for 2 to 3 weeks.
It's good.
If he feels a difference,
Yeah.
he keeps it,
Yeah.
and then he'll add a new one.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
And so now I take like, I don't know, 7 vitamins a day or something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I've always
Yeah.
done that. And one of the things that I always noticed is, you know, like you said, supplements might be like $150 a month. And people will go out and they'll buy 10 supplements and then they don't see anything. So
Yep.
they're like, well, that was a waste of money.
Yep.
It's like, no, dude,
Yeah.
buy one, make sure it works, add
Try it.
another.
Yep.
And if you actually have a supplement package that works for your body,
Yeah.
it is physically impossible not to feel better.
Yep.
There's no way.
Yep.
On it's worth anything.
It's
Like,
worth, yes.
you'll pay anything.
You can make $1 billion tomorrow, but if you die in a car wreck, what's it matter?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, your health is
For
the
sure.
number one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and maybe it's Alyssa that says it, but you either pay for it now or you pay for it in medical bills and hospital
sure.
bills
Yep.
later. Like,
Yeah.
it's just a decision of when.
Yeah. For sure. Yep.
Why don't you talk about what happened with the greens with COVID? and-
Yeah, so
Let's hear it.
so I had been nonstop taking the greens since July, and because we started the business last July,
Okay.
and so I just nonstop, like it was in my daily regimen. I couldn't get out of it. I just loved it so much, and you could feel like, just like you said, it was something I was doing for a month, and I'm like, I feel
Yeah, I
Great.
feel good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And so, ironically enough, beginning of the year was it January, February? I don't know. Like, it was February actually. Anyway, so ironically enough, I ran out and then I got COVID. And it was stupid because I like, so it helps your immune system. It helps keep your immune system strong. And I'm not saying that it's the cure for COVID or whatever it was,
Or to
but
keep
it was just,
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Yep. But it was like, it was just so ironic. I ran out. I was like, then I was losing my mind because I was like, it's my routine. Like, oh my gosh, now I don't have it. Forget
But
it.
it would make sense why you got it when you weren't taking it.
Yeah, I mean, for sure.
Yeah, it supports your immune system
Yeah.
and your health.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
taking it.
Yep. And so I didn't have it for like a couple weeks, and I just felt I was like, I don't feel the same. But then next thing you know, I got sick. And then it was like, well, it's probably because I didn't have my greens anymore.
Yep.
But yeah, it's such a, I mean, that's just a highlight of one of the supplements that's just so great with NQ.
But yeah, like you talk about vitamins, we have vitamin sprays, B12,
Yep.
C, D,
Yeah.
like a boost and relief spray, but you
Mhm.
basically you spray them under your tongue because that's the second
And then just
fastest
hold it
way.
for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, you know, yep.
I've
It's the
done
second
like
fastest
CBD
way.
stuff with that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
For like migraines and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You still get migraines.
Well, I do now, but it's because of my sleeping there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But yeah, so okay, with you saying that about the CBD stuff, has that been a pretty big popular thing for you guys?
Yeah.
Because I know that's definitely right now one of those things that people are either
Oh yeah.
100% CBD
Yeah.
or they're.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of like athletes that just cannot. They want the effects that CBD has, but they can't take it because it's just they can't use it. I mean, they're gonna get popped for. They could get popped on a test, but I mean, even with our CBD line, it's 0.03% THC, which is nothing.
Yeah.
But I mean, you still,
People are still cautious.
yeah, and it's okay to be cautious. You should.
And
so
then
sure.
in that way, then we have these terpenes, and
Yep.
there's a variety of like one for comfort, so like aches and pains,
Yep.
headaches. One for chill, so basically calming yourself, just like CBD would. There's one called Create, which literally stimulates your brain to just function better
Yep.
and create. And gosh, I mean, there's so much.
Stimulate those
We
brains.
actually haven't tried that one yet, but
Oh, I need to. Oh my gosh, I
it's
feel like
cool.
I'll be
Laser
So
oh yeah,
focused.
yeah. You just-
But yeah, now, I don't know. Now there's like you can go CBD route, or people can choose this other route, which is huge, and just people don't know about it yet.
Yeah, and what's really cool is we have pet CBD, so like even just a dropper for pets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody actually now, not from your company, I
Sure,
don't think,
yeah.
but somebody gave me some for a best friend because of his arthritis and stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Now,
huge.
it didn't do anything to
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
but he was so far gone.
Yeah.
It was like, being in a boat that's sinking, you stick a Band-Aid on it.
Yeah.
It's like that might work, but it's
Yeah.
too late,
Yeah, I know, it's hard.
There's,
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
cool.
there's something for it.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Kids, adults, fitness, weight loss, skincare, pets.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and like from a business aspect, it's like you want to have the opportunity to supply anybody with what they need.
An
For sure.
opportunity
Anything
for
for
anyone, yeah.
for your
Sure.
pets, for
Well, and the pet
kids.
industry alone is enormous.
Yeah.
I saw in like Forbes magazine or Forbes, one of those magazines not too long ago. But people in the United States spent $18 billion last year on their pets.
on their pets.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
And like I read that and literally I was like, dude, I think we spent half that in my house.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Yep. Yep.
You know, but
Oh yeah.
yeah, so the fact you have a pet line is huge too.
Yeah. Yeah, and then just kids stuff too. I mean, we have such good stuff, and it makes it like, because I mean, there are people we talk to like, oh, I don't want to sell. It's like we don't even sell. We just take
We talk
the
about
stuff.
what we love.
Yeah, we talk about what we love. We take it,
Try
and
it.
then we love it, and then just let people try it. And then they're like, oh, I like this, and it's like, well, I mean, if you like it a lot, you can either just continue to take products, or if you want to do something different or make a little extra income, bring an extra $250 in your house or 90,000 into your house a month. It's like, try it.
Yeah,
see if you
try
like
it,
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah, and
let's-
I think people just get so like, I mean, this can replace your salary. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
wanted to,
sure.
there's the possibility to.
Mhm.
But some people, I guess, like what I've like been learning is that really when people come down to like what areas of like being broke and like where they are cut short every month, it's only by a few $100s.
Yeah.
And so if you can just make a few extra $100s, or you
Yeah.
look at gas prices and the craziness of that, like just
Yeah, I haven't been
supplementing.
outside today. Is it $11 yet?
it's probably 20, honestly, at this point.
It's crazy,
It's crazy.
but just a few $100s can save someone from stress and
Yeah.
Without a doubt it
anxiousness.
can,
Just
yeah.
yeah, and so
And there's already enough anxiousness in the world right
Oh,
now
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So finances is the
Yeah.
last thing you need to do.
Exactly.
You don't have to.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's freed us. I mean, we don't even fill up a full gas tank, I mean, especially
Because it's
now.
expensive. Yeah.
But like we watch our money very, very strictly, and
Yeah.
we budget, and it's like this is allowing us to not have that just stress, and we're able to be more
Stuff
flexible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now when, one thing, so with you saying that about the drug test, or, about how it's 0.03. So going back to complete nutrition, my best friend growing up, his name is Flip,
Mhm.
and he worked at a construction company. His dad was the manager,
Yeah.
and he started working there in like 8th grade somewhere,
Yeah.
right? Just doing odds and end jobs.
Yeah.
And so he worked there. He still works there today. So I mean, he's already been there probably 30 years or whatever.
Wow.
And But so when
This
I
is construction, he's in construction.
Yeah, he's in
Okay,
construction.
okay.
So when I first started Complete Nutrition,
Yeah.
he's like, oh man, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna buy something from you, whatever.
Yeah.
So him and I and his younger brother, we all started, they had this stack.
Yeah.
And I'm blocking on what the name of it was. But all three of us like immediately got way stronger, way bigger. And
Yeah.
in the back of our minds, we're like, yeah, no, this definitely is not
Yeah.
what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
There's something
There's something wrong
fishy
here.
going on here,
Yeah.
And so he got a random drug test at work. And he was actually my roommate.
Wow.
Comes home and he's like, dude, you're never gonna believe this. What's up, man? He's like, they just called and told me I failed a drug test for methamphetamine. And I was like, what? And he goes, now, fortunately, at their company, methamphetamine is an immediate termination.
Oh,
But
gosh.
because he had been there for so long,
Yeah.
the lady called him and goes, Flip, I know you do. You don't drink alcohol. You don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Something is going on here.
Yeah.
And so he goes, yeah, I have no idea. Can I do it again? Takes another drug test, fails it again. And so they call and they're like, dude, like something's going on. And he goes, the only thing I can think of is maybe my supplements.
Yeah.
And so the lady told him, she's like, there's no way I can cover for you 3 times. Dude, you got to stop your supplements.
Yeah.
So he stopped and went back in, did the drug test, clean as could be. And then, and so when he did that, we're like, dude, I wonder if that's what it is,
Yeah.
So we went to Walmart and got a take-home drug test. And I was like, well, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care, I'm whatever. So I took it, failed
dude doing that.
miserably. And so I was like, holy crap. So we told the general manager at Complete, said, hey, just so you know, man, all 3 of us, because his young brother failed it too. And I said, all 3 of us are taking this stack. We all
Yeah.
tested positive for methamphetamine.
Oh my
And
gosh.
he kind of blew me off. But it was like, you could tell by talking to him.
Yeah.
I wasn't the first person that had told
Yeah.
him
Yeah.
something's kind of fishy going on.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that I know people, at least in the past, have been worried about with
Sure.
supplements.
Yeah.
Is it's like, dude, if I'm trying to take greens so that I'm feeling healthy
Yeah.
and I fail a drug test,
Yeah.
it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
So when you do have a company like your guys' that does go behind and put in the work to make sure it's a healthy product,
Yeah.
that
for
is
sure.
a huge thing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So now when you guys got started, was it scary to jump into this?
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well,
yeah.
and I mean, especially with baby on the way,
Yeah. Not even knowing at the time.
Well, we
Oh, yeah,
never-
that's true, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we had never done like a network marketing company. We'd
Yeah.
never really like sold. I mean, you did Complete Nutrition, but like not
Yeah, I
not
mean-
really like your own business. And like, okay, what does this look like?
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, definitely jumped in scared, but knew like, hey, out of it, we'll get products.
Sure.
And, I mean, we could always quit whenever,
Mhm.
but now we're to the point where we're like, there's no quitting. Like this
Yeah.
is like you are consistent every day. You put in the hard work and.
Mhm.
Just like the gym, you see progress as you just like stick with it and
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Well,
mean,
and one thing that's nice too is it's always scary when your first job, it's like, if I don't work tomorrow, I don't have to, but I also don't eat.
yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So
For sure.
once you get into that habit of you eat what you kill basically,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
just show up to work.
Yeah.
Well, like you said, if you have to go take care of the baby for 5 hours,
Yeah.
you can, and
Yeah.
then work that night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
for sure.
there's a whole kind of freedom to knowing that.
Yeah. And I think another beauty behind it is just like you work as much as you want or as little as you want. It's like you can do whatever you want. And I think a lot of network marketing is like she said, we've never done it before. So I didn't know anything. And I'm like, oh, so now I have to be more on Instagram or Facebook and do something like that. It's like, yeah, you can if you want to use that outlet, but you don't have to. You can just talk to people and if they love it, then you
can
help them
make money.
out. Yeah, for sure.
But I think like also going off what DC was saying, just
Mhm.
like about like your why of like why you would want to join a company or start. I mean, not just a company, but just like start anything. It's like your why behind going to the gym for the first time. It's like if your why is strong enough, you'll continue
You'll
to
make it happen.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'll
Yeah,
make it
for
a
sure.
priority.
Yeah.
And so like with this, it's like I wanted to stay home so bad and not work a corporate job that my why is driving me to work hard with this business and make it work, and it's working.
Yeah.
And so I think
Yeah.
just that's with anything. If your why is strong enough, it'll become a priority no matter
Yeah.
what it is.
So Elon Musk is one of my favorite people ever.
Not
And
surprised.
yeah, right?
Yeah.
And so one of his quotes that I absolutely love is, if you have to ask yourself why you're doing it, don't do it. And I remember when he said that,
That's
it
good.
kind of, he actually said it like a commencement speech.
Yeah.
And he got kind of bad, like mojo out of it. They're like, why would you
Yeah.
come and tell a bunch of graduate kids, if you don't want to do it, don't do it.
Yeah.
And he literally goes, if you have to ask yourself why you're doing it, I promise you, the first time that it gets tough,
Yeah.
you're not going to put in what it takes to do it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good.
And so it's
That's
like,
really
you know, when you look at it that way, you're like, yeah, think about how many times you've had to do something because your boss tells you to or whatever. You're like,
Yeah.
dude, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So how hard do you really try it?
Yeah.
Versus when it's something you want to do,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can fail 50 times. You're like, I'm going to get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
I mean,
I mean-
it's like you get to the point where you're like, I'm tired of being in debt long, like, it's been too long. I need to be
Yeah.
out of debt. I'm tired of being broke every month. It's like when that stuff happens and you start, just realizing I want change and I want to do something that's gonna help my situation, then you start focusing on it
Yeah,
and
yeah.
making it a priority and.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
With you saying that,
Yeah, no, you're good.
that you can work as much as you want. One of my favorite things. So I worked at Northwestern Mutual right out of school.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I worked for the Chiefs, and then I went to I sold season tickets.
Heck yeah.
Dude, the
That's
year
cool.
that the Chiefs had the first pick, so we were literally the worst team in the NFL. So I'm calling like random people, be like, dude, you are so lucky I'm giving you opportunity to buy these tickets. You know, people are like, dude, they are terrible.
Oh my gosh.
But so I went to Northwestern. Well, they put you on a team at the start of it.
Yeah.
And my team was really cool. I'm still good friends with quite a few of those guys, actually.
Yeah.
But what made me think of that was you saying work as hard as you want and whatnot.
Yeah.
We had one guy on our team that literally worked Mondays and Tuesdays
Yeah.
and then took the rest of the week off, and he murdered everybody. And
I'm
what was so
telling
funny is, so from Monday morning when we started until the end of Tuesday night, this dude had more appointments than all the rest of us were having like the
Yeah.
entire week.
Yeah.
And all these people from around the office would sit there and they complain. And they're
Yeah.
like, dude, Lance didn't even work on Thursday.
Yeah.
He didn't even work on Friday.
Yeah.
And our our team leader, Jared, was like, hey, did he make more than you this week? I'm like, yeah. He goes, then shut up.
Yeah.
Like if it really bothers you that he works 2 days a week and he's beating you,
Yep.
either be more like him
Yep.
or quit complaining.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
And and I would always ask him, I'm like, dude, what? Like, obviously, I love that. If you could only work Monday and make your kind of money, do it.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah.
And I asked him once, I said, why do you only work Monday, Tuesday?
Yeah.
Like, he goes, would you agree that I'm doing pretty well?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. And I don't want to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
okay. And I mean, that was the first time that like I saw like with my own eyes. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, he's very intentional.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
he knew, like going into it, I don't want to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
I made it
So I
happen.
better do it on
Yeah.
Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was
Yeah.
just really funny how many people that don't understand that. You're like, dude, he's not very,
Yeah.
like, he doesn't work very hard if he only works 2 days a week. It's like, dude,
Yeah.
he's not working you in 2 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and who knows what he's doing outside of his hours? too.
Well, actually, he
He's-
started doing like real estate and stuff. So, I mean, the dude was killing it on like every level.
Yeah.
But it was just funny how many people complained that he wasn't putting in quote 5 days of work. It's like he doesn't have to.
Get it
He's
done, too.
self-employed, he works hard
Yep.
Yeah.
when he does. But
Yep. Absolutely.
You know,
That's
but-
cool.
okay.
And most of those people want that life, but they.
every
don't
person
want to
in there
take
wanted it,
risks.
but they did not want to
Yeah.
do what he
Yeah,
did.
I know.
Yep.
And
You know,
that's
when they were all going to happy hours on Tuesday at 5,
Yep.
he was in an appointment.
Yep.
And they're like, well, why didn't you come? It's like, because he's not working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, that's what stops people.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it's
it's-
like, it's crazy good.
Well, I'm just saying, like, I mean, in that, it's you find true success with consistency. And for him, he's just being super consistent on the Monday and Tuesday, but he's intentional with his time. And he
100%
knows
intentional.
I do not want to work these days, so I'm going to work as hard as I can Monday and Tuesday so I can enjoy my time. But what's funny too is on the same flip side, he's like, he's not working, but he is working. He's doing real estate. He's doing stuff on the side.
He was doing so much stuff.
That's what I'm
The
saying.
guy-
Is like, dude, I'm just consistency in every day. And I preach this at the gym too. It's like, if people would just show up every day, it's like, even if you're feeling sore, we can work around it. We can do something that
you
you're
can do
gonna
something.
feel impact from. And with our business, I mean, we have some people who are just like, well, what's the secret? Like, how do you succeed in network marketing? How do you get better at it? It's like, there is no secret. It's literally just, you have to be consistent. You have to
Show up
work
every
it.
day, do it.
Yeah. And I think for us, I mean, we're just consistent on doing the best we can at just talking to people, being there for our team, and trying to just help answer questions and be a light to others around that we can. And so,
My dad sent me a tweet literally yesterday that kind of made me giggle because I've heard it 1,000 times and
Yeah.
apparently he hadn't.
Yeah.
But he sent me a tweet or a text yesterday. He said, Derek, you know how to eat an elephant? I said, how, Dad? He said, one small bite at a time, buddy. I was like, I was like, thanks, Dad.
maybe a year, but it's
Yeah.
worth it.
Okay.
You're going to be satisfied.
But, again, when somebody sees like a massive goal, for
Yeah.
example, of eating a lot or an elephant,
Yeah.
like, no, just small, consistent,
Yeah.
and you'll get there. It's just a
Yeah.
matter. And a majority of people, especially nowadays, are so instant gratification
Oh,
or I'm
yeah.
not doing it.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
work
yeah.
for it.
No,
Yep.
it's a
So
process.
that's not how a business.
Well, like they
works.
say,
like,
every overnight success is like 10 years in the running.
Yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of deal. Unless you
absolutely.
legitimately win like a lottery.
Yep.
I can assure you nobody wakes up tomorrow, starts a business, and by the end of the week weeks. Like, wow, this is cool. I'm
Yeah.
making
I
millions
know.
of dollars.
Right.
Yeah.
So
even-
you've mentioned your team a couple times, Luke.
Mhm.
What's your team look like? How does somebody get on your team? How does somebody get involved in what you guys are doing?
Sure.
Like, how's that go? How's that
Yeah,
process?
I mean-
And then also, what's your everyday, Morgan? Since you're getting to work at home and
Yeah.
doing well.
Yeah.
So whoever wants to go first
Oh,
on
I
that.
don't care.
I mean, I think for me, like I use more social media, Facebook, Instagram versus Luke does,
Sure.
but I think that's just because like I am home and I know I'm gonna be at home and I need to use this platform that's, however many followers I have, because it is such a great way to reach people. So I use social media. I'll post on there just like what I'm drinking because I love it anyways. And I was gonna maybe mention this earlier and I don't think I did, but like even when you go to Starbucks and you find the perfect drink and combination that you like, you post about it.
Yeah.
Same way you
Got
post
my
about
frappe.
yeah, I post my hydrate drink and it's like I'm posting what I like anyways. It's probably something I would have done if I didn't even work for this business or for the company or for the business. But posting and not really trying to think about it, but I just get it out there. And then I'll like follow up with our team, see if anyone needs anything. We have meetings and just support, and that's like as little or as much as you want to join as well, because a lot of people do work full-time jobs that do this business as well.
Yeah.
But there's always stuff available to join, so you don't feel like you're doing it alone.
Right.
Right.
There's support and meetings, and I mean, we just had coffee with the girl that brought us on. It's like she's a huge team, but she like makes time for us, and that's what we're wanting to do for others too. And just like really wanting to just provide this opportunity for other people, yes, financially, but then also the health.
Yeah.
Because of our life and
Yeah.
the health world and CrossFit world, like we just believe in both so much that we know that both can be just huge life changers.
Sure.
Both
Absolutely.
financially and physically.
Now with just literally because I did this 2 weeks ago, but so on Instagram, do you do the like boosted ads? Have you tried that?
I don't do that,
Yeah.
but I've like looked into that like through like another side thing I was trying to do earlier,
Yeah.
which I know is like a cool, like awesome way. I've heard it's a great way to boost whatever the algorithm and how that all works through like a little bit of money, but I haven't done that. But I just use what I already have followers, and then there you can do reels, and there's all this stuff that you're always learning, and they're always creating new stuff to try to get more outreach and algorithm.
I did
stuff,
that boost thing.
Yeah.
So I'm always getting like Instagram's telling me,
Right.
have you tried boosting this post?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I do a podcast that
Yeah.
I don't get paid to do. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
pay to
Yeah,
do
exactly.
this. you know?
Yeah.
And so I clicked on it like 2 weeks ago. Because now I have my website where people can get on and they can say, hey, I want to be on or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just curious as to what it would cost to do something like that, right?
Mhm.
So I got on there and I clicked, and it's like, how much would you like to spend over the next 7 days?
Right.
So I put in $10
Yeah.
because I was like, you know what, $10. I mean, that's what I go and spend at Panda Express for lunch. It is what it is. you know?
Heck yeah.
I think I
And,
saw you there.
You might have.
We probably did.
I probably did. That was a while
ago.
ago. I love Panda Express.
It was like over COVID.
Probably. It wouldn't surprise me.
Well,
By the way,
maybe-
Panda Express, hit me up. No, I love that place.
Oh my
But-
gosh.
So I was like, you know what, it's $10. Why not? I mean, who cares? It just kind of see because I'm curious.
Yeah.
And so I have on my homepage on my computer how many visits I had to my actual website that day.
Yeah.
And when I started my website, I don't expect people to go to it. I mean, I'd like them to because it has an about me, and then like I'll show where you guys will be on. I have your guys' picture, and it's like find out more about Luke here, find out more about And but it doesn't really do anything yet.
Right.
And so, but I was like, all right, well, I'll do it. Well, so when I started that, my website had 16 total views.
Okay.
And so I'm like, all right, well, probably 14 of those is me,
Yeah.
changing stuff or whatever. So I did that for the 10 days.
Yeah.
Or the 7 days for $10.
7 days, yeah.
And I was checking it. I check it every day now because I'm like excited about it. But like today, for example, I've had 117 people hit my website
Today.
Oh
my gosh.
And so far I've had 5, maybe 6. I'd have to go, but 5 or 6 people write me, email me, hey, I was on your website, love to be on your podcast.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So, and again, I don't get paid for my podcast or
Sure,
anything, but it still was like, dude, that's easily worth $10.
Yeah.
And so I was just curious if you guys had looked into that, since you know, are using social media for
Yeah.
actual purposes other than
Which I
Just
think you
cloud
might
it
have to
around.
have a business Instagram.
Yeah, so I had a
account for
business
that. Okay.
Instagram for mine.
Yeah.
For mine.
So,
But you don't have to
and
pay for it.
I just use my personal, and I mean, that's up to you. And it's really
Mm-hmm.
like this business is like whatever you want it to make. If you
Yeah.
want it to be a business profile, or if you want to, I don't know, go crazy with it.
Sure,
And it's like
yeah.
literally your business, and you can work on it as much or as
Yeah.
little as you want.
Yeah, so I think, and too, with what we're trying to do, we don't want to sound salesy. And
Yeah.
a lot of us, like, we just don't, I mean, I've never looked into boosting stuff like that because we don't want people to look at us and go, oh, it's just there's another network marketing or something like that. Because we're all about intentionality and just being intentional with people. And I mean, it's crazy because, I mean, I put a post out in December or something like that. I just said like, hey, we're trying to invest into 2 new business partners and we want to help whoever we can. Like, if that's you, just let me know, something like that. And my cousin of all people,
That's cool.
he was like, is this real? Like, can you like, is this real? I was like, yeah, man. Like, oh my gosh, like it's cool that you reached out. So I was able to, I mean, he jumped on and he's doing the business with us.
Awesome.
And he's doing great. And he's just got,
And he's on your team?
Yep. And so he's got the fire. And that's what's so fun is like, and kind of going back to like community with like Alyssa and stuff like that. And Alyssa who brought us on. When you talk about CrossFit and community, I mean, that's exactly what this is, and its own our own company with it. So yeah, we've got like all these Facebook groups and stuff that we're in, and they're all so positive. We all work together. We ask questions and we help each other out, and it's really cool.
Now, have you guys had any skeptics, like when you've reached out to them to ask if they want to be part of it?
Like people against it?
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah.
I mean,
sure.
but it's more of like, I think people are scared and they don't know if they're gonna be successful, is what it really comes down to. But I mean, we were scared, we were hesitant, I mean, we were like, do we really want to pay, like, just product wise, like, do we want to like pay this much every month? But it is an investment.
Yeah.
And if you look at it as an investment, you, once again, $100 a year, and then you're putting money into products each month.
Yep.
To then sample half for yourself, it's like, this is worth it.
Yeah.
And we've seen the reward from it because we've been consistent and we've stuck with it and haven't thought that we're just gonna have like an instant gratification.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, do you guys buy a bunch of product? Like, do you have actual product, or does somebody go through you and like buy it and then you just ship it directly to them?
So no,
Like, are you having to store the product yourself?
no. So basically, if somebody wants something, we'll
Use
send
your
them our
card or
link, kind
something?
of help them out with that, and then they order their own stuff and it comes to their house.
It's shipped directly to them.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You don't have
We don't
a
have
bunch
stuff
of
at our
grains
house.
in your-
Yeah, yeah.
in your
No.
garage
And I
or
mean,
whatever.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like even starting the business, what's cool is you can either join for the business side, which is what I mean we're on fire for, of course. And
To
then you
make
can-
money.
to make money, yeah. So you can build a team and make money that way. Or you can join it to just sell product, to literally be somebody who's like, hey, this protein's awesome, you should buy it, kind of thing. And then they buy it and then they make money off of that. So we literally get
So
paid like
now, why
5
would somebody do
ways.
that instead of like joining your guys' team?
Yeah, well, so they would still be on our team, but with it, they don't have the pressure of bringing on business partners.
Oh, okay.
They're only just
Just
wanna
trying to get
sell-
customers.
Yeah, they just want
Okay.
to sell
They
products.
just want to sell product.
Yeah, so you've
But
got
you can make money both ways, and then
Yeah.
like for us, like we have customers and we have business partners, so
Yeah.
really
we're making
there's-
money 2 different ways.
there's 2 different ways. But then like we didn't even talk about how like Q Sciences put money towards a debt of your choice.
Right. That's, yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yep,
Yeah.
once you hit a certain rank, which we're almost there,
Mhm.
they'll start putting an amount towards the debt of your choice. So like we would put ours towards our mortgage,
Mhm.
and every month they would have whatever amount, and as your ranks go up, the
Yeah.
more they put into
That's
it.
cool.
Yep. So it's
But-
called financial
Freedom.
freedom movement.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
But
That
there's like,
definitely helps people out.
oh
for
yeah,
sure, yeah.
and like really the company's just wanting to free you from debt, provide for your family financially and physically, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
set you up for the future, set your kids up for the future, like
Yeah.
he was saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool because it's like you get paid multiple ways,
Mhm.
but then you also get paid like debt.
Now, do you
money
get paid
towards your
like
debt.
monthly or like how do
Yeah,
they
so
It's like
actually
weekly.
do it?
Weekly.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then just, I'm assuming just like direct deposit then. Like
Yeah,
normal.
yeah, you do that. They even have like a card that they can send you if you want just a specific.
Just put it on
cute
like a
card.
debit card or whatever.
But
I
then
mean,
you
yeah.
think about, well, I was just gonna say, like, if it's like $100 off your mortgage, it's like, well, you have $100 extra in your bank account.
Yeah,
every month.
sure.
So it's cool.
Well, yeah, so two different things. Like, there's a guy that is ahead of Alyssa who brought us on.
Mhm.
His name's Dylan, and it's funny because he was working at Best Buy last year in January, and then he jumped on with the business. And you talk about like consistency and stuff like that, but he jumped on with the business around February, And
This February or
last
year?
February, last year.
Mhm.
And within like 4 or 5 months of being in the company, so with those different tiers that you kind of get to, he's making $15,000 a month, and he quit. That's
Probably a little bit more than Best Buy.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool because like even for him, like even the people that brought him on, like there's one girl making $90,000 a month. I mean, just like it's nothing, and they're working with their team, they're helping their team out, and just by the team that you build and just helping other people around you, you get to that
For sure.
crazy dollar amount. And one girl has been on for at the time, so it would have been September or October of 2020. 2020, she joined in September, and a year later she's making $140,000 a month.
That's awesome.
And yeah, you see that, you're like,
Yeah.
I want to
I'll
hear,
do
I want to hear
that.
about
I'll do
this.
that.
Yeah,
$140,000 a month.
yeah.
That probably helped pay for little baby's college pretty quickly.
Yeah, pretty quickly. Yeah. So I mean, not saying that that's our goal. We're not saying we get to $140,000 a month.
You want to get to 240.
Yeah, we'll get to
starting pretty hard,
300,000.
y'all.
Click and play. No, but
But
like,
that's just like a lot of money potential for such a low barrier entry.
yeah.
Sure.
So with that, with starting the business, it's that $100 a year. That's basically you get a website, you get our own app that we designed. I mean, so you've
That's
got
cool.
your own app that has all your business stuff on it, and then we have a whole MyQ Fit is what it's called, and it's an app it's workouts, it's programming that you get to have for yourself which I'll do on the side, like of the CrossFit stuff. But yeah, you get your own fitness app, and then you get free shipping every month. And then so yeah,
you're
that's
required to buy a certain amount of product.
yes, yeah.
Every month,
So
every month you buy product for yourself, but then a lot of the things that like we like anyways come in individual packets. That's
Yeah.
just
Like
how
this.
they are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like you guys give me.
So then it's easy to sample out.
Yeah.
And so really you can then use that as a business write-off, take,
Yeah.
documents of all that stuff to
Yeah.
then write off at the end of the year. But it's easy to sample out to people, and really like once people try things once, they're like, okay, this is
Yeah, it's
good,
really
let
good.
me
Yeah.
order. And it's like super easy to just say, hey, there's this, try it out.
So
So,
tell
yeah.
us like some prices. What kind
yeah,
of-
so
what's-
greens is $50 $50.
and it lasts what, a month?
Month, yeah,
Okay.
month supply.
I
And
would say it's pretty like competitive to what other
oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
greens or just not just greens, but other products would be.
Yeah, I mean, and you look at some Walmart brands, it's like $20, but it's like, what do you really?
Yeah,
do?
but what are you buying?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
buying green.
Yeah,
paste.
we're
think
yeah,
it's-
basically.
What the protein is 47.
Yep, we have like a whey protein, which is what I drink after workouts, and that's $47, and then
That's what protein costs.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
The
And then,
vitamin sprays are 19 and it's a month supply.
just a little tube,
Yeah.
you just spray.
Oh, there's a sleep
There's
spray.
a sleep spray,
We
which
didn't
is
talk
pretty
about.
crazy.
Does it
Yeah.
work?
Oh
Yeah,
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 yeah.
love
It either you so it's an 8 spray is like the
Okay.
suggested use. So you do 8 sprays every time,
Okay.
and either it hit you like a train, but you wake up feeling okay, like you don't feel like you're drowsy the next morning, which is nice. Or you take 3 sprays and you're hit. by
And
a
you're
train.
out.
Yeah.
Everyone's so different.
Yeah, it's just I mean,
Yeah.
depending on how your body ingests it, but
So now if somebody orders like that sleep spray from you, how long does it
Yeah.
take to get it? So if I order
Usually-
it,
It's about a week. I
yeah,
would
about a
say.
week.
I don't know.
at
No,
most.
we have to remind
Yeah.
people we're not Amazon, like it's not gonna
Yeah.
be the next day,
Yeah.
like crazy
Yeah.
amount of time, but
Yeah.
no, it's about a week from when
Yep.
you order.
from some
I mean,
orders.
and what's really cool is like Q's just expanding worldwide. So now we have a warehouse in Australia, which surprisingly we have a lot of Australia clients. Does it clients or customers? Australia. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we've got a warehouse out there now, where they would have to wait weeks
For
to
sure.
get products. Now
Especially
they're
with
able to
shipping
get
right
it-
now.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
God.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now they're able to get it in like a week or a couple days, and it's like, what in the world? That's crazy. So yeah, we're all over
Just the
the world.
company's expanding, which is cool, and not just another reason why you would want to jump on with
Yeah,
a company
like
that's
now.
starting to
Yeah.
just branch out and like I mean, really it's like franchises.
Now do you guys have like an annual meeting that everybody gets together and hangs out?
Yeah, we have conventions.
That's
We have
cool.
conventions every now and then. So I think we
Twice a
usually have
year.
two big ones twice a year.
Now you got any
Two big
famous
ones.
like celebs or anything that are on and
Go
pitching?
ahead.
Well, so no, Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant's wife, something like that.
Pro- Steph Curry's wife maybe?
No, not Steph Curry. I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
it's Steph Curry. I think it's Kevin
I thought
Durant's
you were
wife.
talking about
Oh, and then
Oh, yeah,
Christmas
Christmas Abbott. Yeah,
you told me
yeah,
about
her.
She's one of the bigger reps for us. So yeah, she's
Body
doing
by
great.
Abbott.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I had that book back in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep. So and I was like freaking out because I mean, not a lot of people know who Christmas Abbott is from the CrossFit world, but
Mhm.
when I was like, Christmas Abbott is a part of our
So we
company.
had to go
that's
talk
crazy.
to her, had to get a picture.
Yeah, we got to see her.
Of
That was
course.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's real cool.
But I think at one point Kevin Durant's wife was like trying the products, and I haven't heard anything after that. But and then there's like who was Alyssa talking about? Somebody else that's like
Oh, I don't
a big
know.
name. some singer or something. Or no, something with Bachelor. Anyway, so that'd be cool. But yeah, I mean, it's just like when especially like athletes, like these big name athletes, and they see like the terpene lines, or they see the proteins and stuff, and just exposure is always great
For sure.
But
Yeah,
I'd
it's
also
been-
say like people like Brittany, 140,000 a month.
Yeah.
She joined not because of the products. Like
Yeah.
she wasn't really even into the products.
I was
but
actually
knew-
gonna ask that. How many
Yeah.
people just do it for the business
Oh.
opportunity?
She
A
came
lot.
on because she saw the business opportunity and the amount of
Yeah.
money that you can make, and then in the meantime fell in love with the products.
Yeah.
But some people think like they have to be into like health and fitness and wellness
Yeah.
and like want to, or like I already know about supplements, and it's like that's not the case. Like really, if you like see this as a business,
Yeah.
like hey, you can make X amount of money here. There's a lot of money potential. You join the business, there's something for you. Like
For sure,
I'm sure of it. Like we can go through, what would be best for you, but
Sure.
you will fall in love with the
Yeah.
products as you try them out and sample them. But
Yeah, that's funny
Yeah.
you mentioned that, because I literally was thinking that earlier. I was like, wonder how many people sign up for this to care
Oh,
less
yeah.
about fitness.
Oh, yeah.
But then
No,
it's like,
yeah.
hey, I can make some
Yeah.
money doing this.
Yeah. You'd be surprised. You'd be like, oh wow, they don't look like they work out at all.
Right.
But they just want to make
That was one thing
business.
that has always bothered me, and I mean,
Yeah.
maybe it's ignorant, but when I would
Yeah.
go to like a GNC or Complete Nutrition,
Yeah.
and I got some guy that's 85 pounds overweight, and he's like,
Yeah.
here's what you're gonna want. I'm like, yeah, not to listen to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
I
thank you for your
appreciate it.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like, this is probably rude, but like, you don't see overweight personal trainers, it's like, it's hard to sell when you can't, when you don't look the part, or
Mhm.
everything like that. But I mean, it's the truth though. It's like a lot of people, when they walk into a nutrition store and they even selling supplements, it's like, you want to be able to trust who you're buying from. You want
Right.
to be able to look at them and go, hey, well, it must have
Yeah,
worked for
he
you.
probably knows what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah, for sure. Yep.
Mhm.
but I don't know, some people make a bit more of a business owner, like
Yeah.
I don't know, more business side, and that's okay. And then some people
Mhm.
want to like not push the product, but like
Yeah.
love the product and go after customers, and that's
And that's
okay too.
how we first got into it. I was like, oh, I'm gonna be gung ho products. Like products is everything. Like I love the products. And then she would be the business side of it, or the ambassador side of it, basically.
Mhm.
But then, yeah, it completely like kind of just like flipped, because I just love the product so much, and then just sharing it with people. And then people ask like, what do you take in? And I'm just like, oh, I do this, and they try it, then they love it, and then they want to do the business side of it. And then same thing, she's working through, she loves the products too. So she's talking about the products, and then people want to try it because they see her posts.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then she's so
That's
good at
how I found out
exposure.
about it, was just from all
Yeah,
your
for
posts,
sure.
and then obviously
She's-
I asked you.
yeah.
I was like, hey, Morgan's blowing it up
Yeah,
on
Morgan,
this. What's going on here?
she is social media talented.
Oh,
Like,
I don't
she
feel
is-
like it.
Oh, for sure. No,
She's
she's
great.
definitely
I don't
kudos.
know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think just overall, like we just want to help people. We want to help people improve their finances, and like what we're so, and health too, but
Mhm.
we're so passionate.
As long as they die rich.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh
Maybe
my gosh.
Maybe I'm more like financially focused, and you're more health. Like you want to
Yeah.
help them
Yeah.
health wise. I
Yeah.
think I'm more like, let's get you in a good place financially.
Sure.
But I think like really when it comes down to both of us, we both are just so passionate about people living the life that they want to live.
Yeah.
And they are made to live too. So like he's known for a long time that like CrossFit and coaching and helping people in the athletic
Yeah,
world
something fitness related.
Yeah.
is what he was made to do and what he's like good at, passionate about. And it's like, okay, how do you get there? And we've had to make tons of sacrifices along the way. We've had to work corporate jobs we didn't want to work.
Yep.
But to get to the point of where we are, that's what we're passionate about for
Yeah.
others to do. And
Yeah.
really, we both see this business as an outlet to, yes, you pair it alongside of the job you're already doing. You might not like it, but eventually you could replace it if you wanted to.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or it allows you just to have extra income because you're stressed about finances. And that's
Mhm.
like what
Yeah.
you want to improve in your life. And so it's really just like wanting to help people improve their life.
Right.
Even if somebody just did it for like fun money.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
somebody said, hey, I want to make
I wanna go on
$500 a
vacation.
week, and then,
Yeah.
or $500 a month, and
Yeah.
whatever I make, we go out and eat a fancy dinner at the
Yeah.
plaza,
Absolutely.
and
Or a family that
Whatever.
never goes on vacation. It's like,
Yeah.
I want to be able to supply that for my
Yeah.
family.
And it's as easy as having 3 orders is $50.
Mhm.
6 orders is $100. It's like, it's easy. Like it's easy to just talk about it with people, and then they want to, everybody wants to succeed, I think, in some way, shape, or form in their life.
for sure.
And we've been stressing that with every risk, there's a reward no matter the outcome. Even if you
Yeah.
fail, there's still a reward with that,
For
because
sure.
you've learned.
You
from it.
learn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And so, yeah, I mean, it was a great thing for us to take a risk and at least try it. And
Yeah.
honestly, I don't know if I'd be coaching full time if I didn't take a risk with Q, because it's like to even think working in a corporate world and then to quit to do coaching full time. I mean, I'd be way more hesitant than I would be without starting this.
Because of having a
company.
second income.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and
Yeah.
like thinking of not having that second income, it would be very, very hard.
So now you said that basically you're building this by reaching out to people.
Yeah.
How are you reaching out to people?
Yeah, so
I mean,
For
are you
me-
going to like local events and stuff, or how are you doing it?
yeah, so
That's an option. We
Because
haven't really
obviously,
gone
you know,
that
she's
route.
doing it like social media wise.
yeah,
But
Yeah.
but like for you,
sure, yeah.
you
I've
know,
been-
you walked in, you gave me some. So,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. I'm just a very face-to-face person. And I mean, I don't know if you've ever used voice messaging on iPhone or something like that. Have you heard of that?
I have every now
Yeah.
and then, but yeah.
It's really useful for a lot of different ways that you can communicate to people, because they can hear your emotion, they can actually like hear your voice, and it
Like
just
understand
helps.
without this.
Yeah, without words sounding different ways when you're texting. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so like voice messaging, sure, but I'm just very much like in person. So, and it's cool too, because at the gym, a lot of people, they have holes in their nutrition or
For
holes
sure.
in their supplementation, and that's where I'm like, hey, like, I'm not saying like use my product, but here,
Look
let's
into
help.
something.
Yeah, like let's help you get, fill those holes that you need filled. And so, yeah, I'm from even my past job, like it was all face to face, and a lot of people there, they just see the potential and they're able to. And that's another thing, like with Q, is you can dream. Like you can dream and go, man, if I was making $750 extra a month, it could change my life.
For
Yeah.
sure.
And yeah, like you talk about
You could
vacation.
pay for a half a tank of gas.
Exactly. Yeah, you can
Yeah,
get somewhere now.
nowadays.
But then it's like, on the same side, it's like, well, wow, what if I was making 4,000 a month? And it's like, man, 4,000 a month could, for a lot of people, make you quit your job and be able
Yeah.
to do network marketing or do.
And
know,
have
have other
time
hobbies.
freedom, work when you want,
Yeah.
be at home with your kids.
And,
more.
and a lot of stuff, if I'm understanding correctly, once you get started, it kind of snowballs.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
You know,
yeah.
if Morgan starts doing it, then Luke starts doing
Yeah.
it, then Derek starts doing it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And then you're getting
Yeah.
literally more freedom as it goes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
I
more
mean,
money.
Yeah, I mean, we'll go to sleep and wake up and we have more like volume under us.
Yeah.
Which then can make us
Make more.
get to the next rank, which then we can make more. And
Well, and on that, it's like your team, you help each other out. So we have people above us that are helping build underneath of us as well, instead of us doing all the work.
yeah, we're not ever
So,
doing the work just by ourselves.
Yeah, it's been a huge blessing. So
With you saying that about the voice messages and stuff, I love stand-up comedy, but do you know who Joey Diaz by any chance? This is total right wing,
Yeah,
or
yeah.
not right wing, but
Oh,
out
yeah.
there.
yeah,
But
yeah,
so Joey Diaz is this comedian that I think is absolutely hilarious. He's a
Yeah.
vulgar dude. So,
yeah.
you know,
Nice.
But he's friends with like Joe Rogan and a couple of those guys.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And they talk about how he doesn't text or call anybody.
Mhm.
He only FaceTimes.
FaceTimes, yeah.
And they were saying about how weird that is. And so he was on a podcast I was listening to one time, and they're like, Joe Rogan says you don't text or call, like you only FaceTime. He goes,
Yeah.
Yep. They go, why is that? He goes, you want to tell me something and you won't tell me straight face to face, and I want to hear it. Yeah. And
That's
he's like,
good.
no, a lot of people think that's weird. He goes, yeah, but I'm also not bogged down by a bunch of your stupid text messages. It's like, that's kind of funny. You know,
Yeah,
to think
I'm
of
not
that,
good at
but-
texting anymore. Like I'm horrible at it. I need to get better at it. So I can reply to people.
Uh-oh. I've had multiple times I text you and 5 days later, sweet dude.
Telling you, yeah, good job, man. Or yeah, that's great. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I should have replied like 4 days ago. But, I just like,
You've actually done really good on the gym's social media too.
yeah, just trying.
Yeah.
Just, and I
Do people like seeing that stuff?
yeah, oh yeah. They
You
like
know,
to-
seeing people hitting their PRs and busy.
I think
And,
it helps.
Yeah, it does help. And I think it's FOMO. A lot of people have the fear of missing out kind of thing. And it's like, I want people to see that even in the CrossFit world, like there's average Joes. You've got somebody who's 7 years old to somebody who's 15 years old. I've been working out, and it's like anybody can do it, but
yeah,
a
you
lot
got
of
elite athletes like myself. that
yeah,
middle
right,
of the
right,
road,
yeah,
like you,
and who get
you
hurt
know.
and can't work out
Yeah.
there anymore. You know,
But I
it's
think
like
that's what keeps people from joining CrossFit is because they don't think they're like in shape enough
Yes,
or
yeah.
like young enough or old enough.
I think
whatever.
CrossFit is extremely intimidating to people when they
Absolutely.
hear about it.
yeah,
They think, well, you're gonna be flipping tires and flopping
Yeah.
around like a fish doing
Yep.
pull-ups and
which we still
No,
do.
yeah. Yeah, it's like you can come in and scale. If
Yeah.
you can't lift 200 pounds, guess what? Lift 50. Or
Exactly.
do
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
But-
sure.
So
That's
does
it.
Robbie have you doing anything else other than just coaching? Like, is he having you do anything to like kind of try and grow the gym at all?
just a lot of the marketing, just a lot of just like get videos out there, let people see it. And then yeah, we're gonna start a new barbell class, so it'll be just
I
straight.
saw that. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
we'll do
exciting.
we'll do just straight Olympic lifting.
Now, does somebody have to be a member of the gym to do the barbell class?
No, not necessarily. No, they can still come in. I think it's like $15 a class. So
Okay.
if they wanted to. So
Mhm.
yeah, we'll do that on Saturdays at that in April. So then that'll be
Okay.
cool. Yeah. But that's pretty much it right now. I mean, we added that noon class. So
Yep.
having more opportunity for people to come up is even better.
For sure.
Yeah, man, it's been
That's awesome.
yep, pretty cool.
All right. Anything else about the queue that you want to tell us before we knock out a couple questions I ask everybody?
I think
Dun, dun, dun.
yeah, bring it on. Let's see what you got.
All right. So 5 questions. Ask everybody. These aren't life-saving questions.
Deal.
So don't
All right.
overthink them.
I love you beforehand.
Yeah. Right. So question 1. If you could have dinner tonight with any 5 people, dead or alive,
Mhm.
who would they be and why?
Oh, dead or alive.
Yep. So it can be anybody.
5. That's a lot.
You can
Yeah.
have 2, Morgan. Luke can have 3 at
Okay.
his
Yeah,
table.
there we go. That's probably better.
We'll partner
So
at this
Morgan's
table.
gonna be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
She can sit behind the table and watch.
Maybe you.
Okay. All right. What do you think?
That's what I'm saying. I don't need anyone famous. I just need you.
Oh,
you're so-
wow. How do I get out of this?
Yeah,
So now
you're
Luke wants her at his
I don't know.
table.
Like I'm just thinking, well, probably Rich Froning because
Sure.
that'd be sick.
So
Probably CrossFit people, honestly, which is really just I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
Are
Are you a Josh Bridges fan by any chance?
Yeah, I like Josh.
He might be on here.
Probably not my dinner table, but I like
Well, but I
him.
meant no. I'm
Oh, he might be on here.
Uh-huh.
What?
Yeah, he one of my buddies that I've met recently was his college roommate.
Wow,
Yeah.
dude.
They wrestled together at college,
Yeah,
and so I asked him. I was like, "Hey, could he be on my podcast?" I can ask him.
dude, that'd be cool.
Sure, but, all right,
Oh yeah, I need to reach out to Christmas too.
Yeah.
You see if we can get her around. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so Froning's sitting there with you.
Froning's there.
Oh.
Probably
Cole.
Cole Sager.
Sager?
That'd be sick. That's another
Yeah.
CrossFitter.
Yep, definitely on him.
Actually,
He's a big dude.
yeah. Calloway, the actor. That'd be cool. Josh Calloway. Is it Josh Calloway? What's that dude's name?
Oh yeah.
That plays. He's in
He's in Yellowstone.
Colony.
now.
He was in Lost. He played Sawyer in Lost. Did you
Oh,
ever watch
Josh
that?
Holloway.
Josh Holloway. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, yeah.
Calloway. Yeah, we have friends last name Calloway. I'm like, that's the wrong one. Yeah, he'd be
You
sick.
don't
I
watch
think he's
Cowboys
cool.
ever?
Heck yeah. What is that? 3?
Yep.
One more.
I'm
One
4.
more.
Oh,
You're
I,
one of
I
them
guess
already.
I was claiming myself this one.
I think Kevin Costner.
Kevin
That'd
Costner.
be cool.
It's
Yeah.
just because we're
Just
the
gonna watch-
Yellowstone kids.
we're watching
I was gonna say,
Yellowstone,
you can't
yep.
tell what you're watching.
Yeah.
Did you like season 4, by the way?
No, we haven't watched it.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
We're
Okay,
back to six.
only thing I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
I know like 10 people that have watched it.
Yeah.
5 of them are like, dude, quit the show now. It's over.
Yeah.
Season 5 or season 4 was terrible.
Yeah.
The other 5 are like, season 5 needs to start tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. Like, I absolutely loved it.
No,
Yep.
we didn't watch it live, so we have to wait till the end of
Did
the
you?
month.
Are you watching 1883?
We
Like,
love
it's
it.
spin-off?
We love
I watched the first one, then I haven't watched anymore.
Loved
Just
it.
been too
Can't
busy.
get
We were watching 1883 before Yellowstone, actually.
What?
Kind of like.
You might be the only person.
I know.
know, so
It's
we-
because we
yeah, we
started
did.
Yellowstone way too late, but.
But technically, we did do it backwards because there's still.
That's true. Technically, it was an 1883.
We actually kind of liked it better. Than
Tim McGraw, at least in the first one, I was like, dude, that's a bad dude.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
When that guy
Yeah.
like broke into his daughter's hotel room and he just
Uh-huh.
like kicks open the door and shoots him and goes back to
Yep.
bed.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, just normal night.
Yeah. Just normal night in the Old
I
West.
love Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta finish the question.
Hey, they can be at your
Okay,
table.
I was about to say.
Seriously, that was way too easy.
Tim McGraw's a heck of a CrossFit, by the way.
Is
You
he
know that?
really?
I don't know
That's
that.
how he lost a bunch of. He's a huge CrossFit guy. Owns a
What?
gym, the whole shebang. Yeah,
I didn't know
diehard
that.
CrossFit guy.
Get him on the show.
Dude, they always show him at like he goes to the CrossFit games. He doesn't not
Wow.
competes,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
he goes
yeah.
and watches. He's a
How did I miss
diehard
this?
CrossFit guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Big fan now.
Yeah.
I've got a 6th chair at the table now.
There you go.
Yeah,
Yep,
Tim
Tim's sitting there.
So what's question 2?
Okay,
Before
so
we-
question 2 is: do you have a favorite quote or favorite quotes that you like to live by? And then also, if you would prefer, since I know you guys, faith-based, if there's a favorite scripture or something like that that you'd like to do.
No, you
Oh,
go.
I was trying to think about mine. Go ahead if you know.
I mean, I live by Romans 8:28.
Okay,
It's
what
a
is it?
summary. So all things good come to those who follow God, and those who call according to His purpose. And I used to, before my sports stuff growing up, I would just recite it. It was just something always stuck in my head. And
I like
I
it.
actually, funny story.
And what is
I-
it again? Romans 8:28.
Yep.
Okay.
It's funny because
Is that a real tattoo?
that is real. It is real. It looks still brand new, right? No, I got it in like 2016 or 2017, but I walked in and I was like, yeah, this is what I want. And I just like, I had the idea of like having like the points coming down and stuff. Well, then the guy drew it up. It's like, yeah, it looks good. And then he put it on my arm, and I wasn't even paying attention. He started just like marking it. Well, he did the outline, and I was like, man, he feels like he's all the way down my arm. And I look at him like, that is way bigger, way bigger than I thought it was gonna be. I was like, but it looks kind of sick. So let's just keep it. Yeah. So that's my verse.
I'm still like trying to remember how mine goes, but basically it's like from my favorite Christian author. It basically is like when you've hit like your rock bottom or like your biggest disappointment in life. I think that's what it is. Like your biggest disappointment in life actually can propel you towards like your calling or like what you're supposed to do. And I think that's true. I think like
sure it is.
when you have your lowest point in life, yes, it's like literally the lowest point of your life, but that can be used to help someone else and to be able to relate to someone else. And I'm just like all about like your calling and purpose and like what you're made to do on this earth. And I think like I think that quote really just like acknowledges like you can use that, and that could actually like show you what you are made.
Yeah, a lot of people, that's how they find their why.
Oh yeah.
Because they hit
Yeah,
rock
and
bottom.
just back to, like,
you know,
the whole
I gotta
why
do it
thing.
because of
Yeah.
this.
Yeah.
And that's how they realize it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and she's so sweet, but she won't talk too much about it. But I mean, she went to school for 5 years for a radiology degree,
Mhm.
and then went into the medical field and just was like talking about her calling and purpose. It's like she was in it. She's like, oh man, this is not. That's not what I thought it
That's not
was.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to talk about that.
Well, I didn't know how much longer we were.
However long you want,
Yeah.
whatever he's got.
I got
for.
time.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't for me, and I quickly knew that, and it just was obvious. It's like I don't even know an example, but it's like when you're doing something and you're like, this is not me at all. Like, what am I doing? And then like thinking like, is this where I'm going to be the rest of my life? And that was like it was just like crazy of like it was an overwhelming feeling of like I can't do this the rest of my life. So then from there. Long story short, it was just like looking into like, okay, what is my calling? What am I passionate about? What drives me? What do I enjoy doing? What am I good at? And all those things combined, I don't know, it got to the point of where we are today. And I do think like your calling and purpose can change through seasons of life that you're in. I don't think it's just like one certain thing, but I think I had seasons of like figuring that out and working at like an interior decorating store and kind of like figuring out like what a small business would look like, because I did that like a little bit of selling on the side, decor wise, and then that led us into this business. But it's like when I look back, all those little businesses and like kind of learning like an entrepreneur mindset set me up for now what we're doing now. So I know just as life goes, you learn a little and build upon each other.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sure.
All right, I like it. All right,
Yeah,
so
like
question 3.
Yep.
So money is absolutely no object.
Yep.
And you can do whatever you want tomorrow. Your absolute perfect day. What are you guys doing?
First thing that came to mind was golfing,
Mhm.
because first of all, golfing's expensive.
Where are you
And-
playing? Pebble? Augusta?
Somewhere like tropical.
Shamrock Hills?
or-
Yeah. We just got back from Destin, and I'm like, I want to go back to Destin. But there's like a lot of cool places on the face of the earth. I'm sure.
Somewhere.
The podcast that comes out tomorrow is my buddy that started a business in Destin,
Really?
and he's killing it.
Oh, that's cool.
What's
Nice.
His name's Pete White,
Mhm.
and he rents exotic cars to people.
Oh,
So he picks you up in the airport in Ferrari or Lambo or whatever,
Wow.
and then you have it while you're in Destin.
That's
and you bring it
smart.
back.
that's smart.
Yeah.
That's good. Wow, look at that.
Oh yeah, so Destin, small world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes, it is.
somewhere beachy,
Yeah.
tropical, but I don't know. First thing came to mind was golfing, because we wanted to do that and we just
Yeah.
haven't done it. That should
Who's better in golf?
Not me. Okay, let's go to the first date.
I'm the one that has actually I played for such a long time, and then he comes in and plays his first round of golf and like beats me.
No, that's a lie.
That's what
I'd be here on the
happened.
first hole. That's it. Yeah. But like our first date was Top Golf, and I'm like thinking, oh yeah,
Just hit it
to
far.
Yeah.
Chicks
I'm
are
like,
cool.
it's like you're supposed to be behind the girl, like showing her how to hit it. It was the opposite. She was behind me, like showing me how to like hit the
True.
ball and stuff. And I'm
That's
like,
true.
yeah. So I was in not good shape. I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna work out.
He's really good for just starting.
Yeah, I like hitting it as far as I can and watching the ball go 5 different directions.
So funny golf story. Andrew or Eli Cox, as I call him,
Eli.
and then John Fosgate,
Yeah.
who also goes to the gym. So
Yeah.
we would always talk. They would talk about playing golf.
Yeah.
And I would tell them about how I'm a good golfer.
Yeah.
And So we talked for 6 months, being like, man, we got to go out and play.
Yeah.
And I was like, guys, whenever you're ready, yeah, I'm down to play. But just so you know, I'm going to destroy both of them. And like, I mean, I would tell them this nonstop. You
Yeah.
know? And they're like, oh, well, you know, we'll beat you. I'll
Yeah.
beat you, you know, that kind of deal. And so we're just trash talking back and forth. And we never actually ended up playing. So like, it would be a day that like they could do it, I could.
Yeah.
And then it would be a day that like me and Eli could, but John could, you know, and our group just never came together. So after like 6-8 months, whatever it is, one of them goes out to Shamrock. And I had played in a tournament the weekend before and I won. And I shot one over. And so I won it. Well, one of those guys texted me and they're like, DC, did I see that you won a tournament yesterday? I was like, yeah. Like, and honestly, I didn't play that well. Like I scored well, but I didn't hit it like I did. I was one over. But like,
Don't know what that means.
okay, so
That
one
sounds
over
good.
par.
One over par.
But so
Got it.
Do you know how there's par on each hole?
yeah,
Oh.
So
okay,
total,
okay.
he only was one.
on all of them.
Got it.
Yeah.
And
Dang, dude.
but so what was funny about that is so like they text me and they're like, hey, was that you? Or, you know, kind of, I was like, yeah, but again, I didn't play that great, but yeah, I did, you know, blah, blah. And so John writes me and he goes, DC, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought for sure this was like CrossFit. And I
Yeah.
was like, what do you mean? And he's like, I thought for sure you were telling us how good you were.
Yeah.
And then you just weren't gonna be that
Oh,
good.
dang.
So I was like, really? And I was like, so wait, are you guys not good at golf?
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, if we shoot in the 90s, we're pretty happy. I was like, dude, I haven't shot in the 90s since I was 7 years old. You know, kind of deal.
Wow.
You know, but it was so funny though. But just the way that they said it, they're like,
Yeah.
we thought it was like CrossFit, that you told us you're good and you're not.
I do not.
I was
Oh
like,
my gosh. That's
Actually,
hilarious.
I'm a decent golfer.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're like,
Yeah, golf
Yeah.
is super
Yep.
fun. So that, would that be what you're doing, Luke?
what first came to
Literally,
mind?
all that came to mind was obviously the beach and sand. Yep, I'm down for that.
Yep.
And just never ending eating. I just want to eat.
Just
Whatever.
Go
is
to
even
restaurant. What is it?
available. Go to restaurant like
Yeah.
locally or
No, dude, you got a Gulfstream jet today. No money. Like, what are you doing? Where are you flying? Where are you eating?
man.
I guess first comes to mind is crab legs.
Yeah.
Oh, crab legs are so good.
I don't know where, but just crab legs.
Yeah, we ate at this place and it was like I'd never had grouper.
Yeah.
Never had that. And
G.
had that.
Yeah, it's with the G,
Grouper.
buddy, not
And
a
the
G.
G, yeah. No. And that plate was amazing. So I'd go back to I'm just gonna go back to Destin.
Destin, we
Yep.
weren't there long enough.
Yep, I know. That's all I can say.
There's actually this business I know of that you can work from home and you guys could go down there.
How ironic. I'm interested. Put me in it. I want to do it.
Okay, so question 4 is if you guys could each go back to 18-year-old yourself, what are you telling yourself?
You first.
I don't know. I think at 18, I was so focused on like college and like your career. And I think it's just like, you don't have to have it figured out, or you don't have to be committed to just that one thing.
Yeah.
Because that's what I've been learning recently.
What about you, Luke?
Stop eating.
Stop eating?
Yeah, fast food. Yeah. Oh yeah. And I was like, I played like a little professional Call of Duty at the time. So,
Yeah,
like,
there you
in
go.
high school.
Another podcast.
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, part 2 is coming.
Watch out.
But no, just doing that for a couple years and just like constantly eating just bad food, whatever, which is why I was bigger.
Mhm.
But
yeah,
at your
just-
lowest moment got you to what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
Practice and realize.
It did. Yeah.
If you hadn't sat around and played video games and stuffed your face, you might not have wanted to be a coach.
Yeah,
Why
that's
not?
true. That's very true. I could do that on my dream day.
There you
I
go.
could go, probably not game. I'm not really into game anymore. but
What?
Yeah.
The new Gran Turismo 7 came out.
Really?
Yeah, the new race game.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Do you have the whole like steering
bet I
wheel
do,
again?
bro.
That's cool.
No
Wow.
doubt.
Yeah. Nope, not in that world anymore.
Yep.
I
No,
just got
I
out
love
of it.
it. It's
That's cool, man. Yeah, I need to try it.
He'd actually eat fish now versus McDonald's.
I probably yeah. Oh my gosh.
I'll have salmon, please.
Yeah.
We're sold out. All right, chicken nuggets.
I'd rather it be raw, just make it
Or
make sure
fried.
it's thick. Yeah, but I don't know. I'd probably just tell myself, hey, you are worth so much more than just eating all this crappy food and stuff like that, and probably just care about yourself a little bit more. So yeah, I don't know. That's probably it.
All right. Well, so final question.
Oh,
I'll
boy.
let you guys get out of here.
Okay.
When it's all said and done,
Uh-huh.
how does Luke Small want to be remembered? How does Morgan want to be remembered?
Good questions.
That's
as
okay.
well.
They're either really deep or really just super creative.
Dun, dun, dun. Google's
I went
questions
personal
asked.
last.
I think I just want to be remembered by the fact that like I was able to show care towards somebody and able to show like respect, because I think everybody deserves an amount of respect and care. And I think even in whatever you're doing in life, whatever that is, if you show just an ounce of respect for somebody, it goes such a long way. I think same with caring. Yeah, and what was that quote about? Like
People might not remember what you say, but they'll remember
how they
How
make
you
you
made them
feel.
feel. Yeah, I've heard that.
And that's where I'm like, man, like
And it's amazing how true that is too.
absolutely. Yeah.
There's lots of people that I couldn't tell you the last thing they actually said to me, but I can like think about it and be like, hey, he was a jerk, or
Yeah.
he was really nice.
Yeah.
But I
for
couldn't
sure.
tell you like specifically he said this.
Yeah,
or whatever.
absolutely. Yeah, so I think I just want to be remembered by that person thinking, man, he actually cared. Like he cared about me, he cared about what I was wanting to accomplish in my life. And that's kind of me, I guess.
Okay, Morgan.
I feel like I answer the same answer for like all three
Sure,
questions,
yeah.
but I think just like inspiring and encouraging people to do what they love and what they were made to do.
Yeah.
And I hope that like I can live my life to show that as an example and to help people towards their journey of whatever that is. And I just think that like you can miss your life and you can do something that's totally not you at all and wish that you had. You look back at your life, you retire, you're like,
Yeah.
wish I would have done something differently. And it's like at that point your life is
Yes.
almost
late.
over.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
And
Yeah.
I think it's really sad. And I think everyone is made for a purpose. And I think it's figuring that out. Yes, it changes, but I hope that like I can help people find that and
Yeah.
maybe find that earlier
Yeah.
in life.
That's good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank
And
you.
so before we cut
Appreciate
it
it.
off, take a minute, take 2 minutes, tell us where we can find you on social media.
Sure,
Tell us where you can find Morgan.
Yeah.
Tell us where we find your company. Tell us how to get set up.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Yeah.
Pitch us.
I
Let
would-
everybody know.
I would say social media, mine's Morgan T_small. I didn't want to mess that up.
Yeah.
But I think Instagram is probably best, and then we can
Yeah.
direct you.
And I'll put links to all these
Yeah.
underneath yours.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, my Instagram is just Luke Small 24. So hopefully pretty easy. But yeah, I mean I post a lot about workout stuff and then our business and kind of just time
And
with
what's the
her.
website for the business if somebody wants to look into it before reaching out to you guys?
Do we know it?
Shop.myqsciences. So shop.myqsciences.com/Morgan and Luke Small.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And again, I'll put a link
Yeah,
to that
yeah.
as well.
sure. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's it.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of
we
course.
appreciate it,
Anything
man.
else you guys want to say before we get out of here?
No, we're just thankful for it. So
All righty.
appreciate it.
Well, thank you
Thank
guys.
you.
Thanks, buddy.